Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., we welcome you to opening night for the Boston Bruins, as tonight they kick off the 2025-26 season by taking on the Washington Capitals. Great to have you with us as we start another season. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Good to be back with you, partner, as we get started with Game 1 out of 82.
Yeah, it's a partial Capital One Arena. This place is a mess right now. They're doing all kinds of renovations, and I don't know if the season snuck up on them or what, but we're going to make do.
They're building the building around us right now. Tonight's storylines are brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. Well, the Bruins, as we all know, coming off a disappointing season last year. It's been a summer of change. New head coach in Marco Sturm, an opening night roster where nearly 50% of the players were not Bruins when last season began. Many of the trades and signings since last season's deadline have pointed toward trying to make this a tougher team to play against. And it looks like they've succeeded in that regard. The team president, Cam Neely, said this week, there's still a lot of work to be done to get this team back to the playoffs.
We're going to have to play tight defense if we're going to be one of the 8 as we're structured right now. And we knew that going in. We tried to bolster our lineup offensively in the offseason. It didn't come to fruition. But we got guys that are going to be tough to play against, hard to play against. I think teams are going to circle playing against the Bruins and go, oh damn, we got to play them tonight. That's I think the type of lineup that we put together, knowing that hopefully throughout the year we can add some offense somewhere. Our specialty teams have to get better. They should be able to get better, and also goaltending. So those are areas I really believe we're going to improve upon.
Yeah, I found it interesting what Cam Neely had to say this week when he was talking about, and Don Sweeney said it as well, but that they did try to bolster their offensive game. And, whatever the deals were, whether free agents or trades, they didn't happen. So, okay, how are you going to have to win games? And I think we're all on the same page with what they said, and in complete agreement. They need to win games with strong goaltending, a really good defensive structure, like they said, hard to play against, and your special teams have to be way better than they were last year. So I think that they don't want to talk about last year. This is a new year, new players, a lot of new faces, new coach behind the bench, new players in the lineup. Let's focus on this year. Let's not dwell on last year, because last year was ugly. So how do we get better? And those are the areas that they're trying to get better in and they're focused on. And then being that harder team to play against, being more competitive night after night after night. And we'll get a first look at it here today against the Washington Capitals team that was really good last year. A lot of people thinking that Washington will take a step back because they were so good last year. We'll see. This is a long way to go before we find out. But for the Bruins standpoint, there's just so many areas that they need to improve on, and they're looking to improve on, and they get a fresh start here today.
Well, among the new faces in uniform tonight, Victor Arvidsson, Tanner Jeannot, Mikey Asimont, Sean Corrali is back after 4 years in Columbus. General Manager Don Sweeney spoke this week about the direction that the offseason took after a difficult year.
I mean, I was forward in mentioning I just didn't think we were as invested as a group last year. And it always starts with the players from that standpoint. We did not raise our level of competition, in the daily preparation that was necessary. And it showed up. And this year, I'm hopeful that the attention to detail, the structure, the things that we were trying to emphasize, but most importantly, the competitiveness will show up and needs to show up. And the guys within the locker room, I think, are recognizing it. There was a different tone. There was a different approach individually and collectively. And the newer guys that have come in are embracing that opportunity. I think Mike Hiesemont's a great example of that. Cam referenced both Charlie and Hampus, and overall, getting through at this point in time a training camp where we are healthy to start the season is reason for optimism. First and foremost, you got other teams that are going through some challenging injuries right off the hop, so they're going to test depth. We know we're going to test depth throughout the season, but we tweaked our systems all over the ice, and as I referenced the building blocks as it went through training camp, I think it's important that there'll be some nuances and some situations that the guys are going to have to go through. The teams on the other side prepare equally as well, and what they're going to do, so we have to adjust to that. But again, the standard, the competitive things, and I'm going to repeat it because that's what we have to do. Especially teams are going to be a big factor of the outcome of games.
Fully healthy, first of all. That's big because you've got other teams that are battling some injuries right now. The Bruins are completely healthy, ready to go. Now, does that mean that guarantees nothing? But I mean, everything's optimistic right now. I still have a lot of questions about certain individuals and where they're slotted, and if they're slotted properly, and if they're able to fulfill their expectations. That's still a big question mark for me. You're not going to hit on everybody. There's going to be some disappointments. There's going to be some guys that, like last year, exceed expectations, like a Morgan Geekie, right? So, you look for those guys this year, but special teams definitely have to be so much better than they were last year, and both power play and penalty killing really struggled through the majority of last season. Jeremy Swayman wasn't where he needed to be last year. Defensive structure wasn't where it needed to be last year, and it just snowballed and it got worse as it improved for a little bit, when Joe Sacco was named the interim coach, but then it got away from him again, and it ended poorly. So, a lot of room for optimism, but there's still a lot of questions to be answered.
Well, and the guy who's been tasked with trying to get the most out of this roster is first-time NHL head coach Marco Sturm.
It's just a starting point, I would say, and that was a message been out the last few weeks. That was actually the message this morning, the way we want to play and not. Are we there yet? Probably not, but we want to change our identity again, and it has to start, with the guys in here.
Identity, harder team to play against, more competitive, up and down your lineup, and you're going to need everybody because of the schedule and the way that it's set up, because of all the games in a short amount of time, especially this first month of October. You need everybody to be on the same page and ready to go right from the drop of the puck. Like, it might be a little bit of a work in progress because you've got a new coach, you got a lot of new faces, but you have to have that progress. You have to have that step in the right direction, and that's what Marco Sturm is looking for from his team.
One other note as we prepare for the season opener, Bruins have named Hampus Lindholm as their new alternate captain. He joins David Pasternak and Charlie McAvoy wearing the A's on their sweaters. Well, we're counting you down to puck drop here in Washington. Here's what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. We will go around the NHL and talk about Connor McDavid sticking with Edmonton for now.
Yeah, obviously said I was committed to winning here, and that's, I meant that when I said that, and 2 years makes a lot of sense.
I'll chat with head coach Marco Sturm as he prepares for his debut.
They're going to come out hard. For us, it's just find our game right away, survive that first wave, and then just focus on our game and nothing else.
And up next, we'll preview tonight's opponent, the Washington Capitals.
The Carolina Hurricanes advance to the Eastern Conference Final. They defeat the Washington Capitals 3-1 tonight.
That's all coming up here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak.
I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation this year for Feeding the Puck for families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, a donation of $100 will be made to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Shaws and Star Market, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
2 minutes remaining. Chestakov puts up angle. He scores! The Carolina Hurricanes take the lead with 1 minute, 59 seconds remaining.
Back here in Washington, where the Capitals rode the wave of Alex Ovechkin's goal-scoring record chase to the best record in the Eastern Conference last year, 111 points. They subsequently lost to the Carolina Hurricanes in 5 games in the second round of the playoffs. So, Bob Beers, can they reach those heights during the regular season again this year?
No, I don't think so. I'm in agreement with some of the other people that, they put in their predictions down. I don't think that they can reach that. I thought that was, fantastic season for them, coming off a season where they didn't make the playoffs the year before. So, good on them. They had some guys really pop last year. Protas popped for them last year. He had a fantastic season. We keep waiting for Alex Ovechkin to kind of slow down. He only needs 3 goals to 900. I don't want to see that tonight.
No.
I don't want to see that tonight. I want to see it at some point, but now that he's broken Gretzky's record, I want to see it at some point. But I don't want to see it tonight. He needs 3. I think that they're a team that they're good, but they're not that good. And they had everything kind of go right for them. Spencer Carberry is a highly regarded coach, stepped in, really has done a nice job for them. Does everything go right for them again this year? Still remains to be seen. But they're pretty excited around here in Washington. We'll see. It's a long season, like I said, and I honestly, I can't wait to get out of this building, Ryan. There's so much construction being done in here. It's like we snuck up on them.
Yeah, going through their roster, there's a lot of guys who had career years last year. Career high goals,
yes.
Career high points. Can they duplicate that? Is a big question here in Washington. Well, coming up next, we'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray, and then we'll go around the NHL here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
This just in. Hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month. Now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
You'll get more than you expect with McValue at McDonald's. So when you've spent too much on a night out, get deals on the after party. When you've got date night, get deals on favorites that'll make you their favorite. And when you've got family for the weekend, we've got breakfast.
It only takes $5 to fire up the flavor with the hot and spicy McChicken in the $5 meal deal. Or $6 to savor a McDouble in the $6 meal deal. Price and participation may vary. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Do you suffer from sore feet, back, knee, or hip pain? The Good Feet Arch Support System has helped many people find relief, like Tim.
I'm always telling my colleagues who have sore feet, this is the greatest thing. I'll even take my shoe off and show them. And I believe in the product so much. When you have something that works, you kind of want to share it with people. It worked for me, maybe it can work for you.
Or do you wake up at night with heel pain, like Crystal?
I would wake up in the middle of the night with all kinds of pain in my heels and in my arch. So I went to the Good Feet store. And ever since then, I've been pain-free. I wear them every day. I wear them when I walk, at the gym, when I work. They're great.
Get back to walking, working, and exercising, and imagine a life without pain. No shots, no surgery, no medication. You've got nothing to lose but your pain. Stop into the Good Feet store today for a free fitting and test walk. We have 10 locations throughout Boston and southern New Hampshire to serve you.
Doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Hey, it's Felger here, and if surgery is recommended for your injured joint, I recommend calling Dr. Franke before going under the knife. Skip the long recovery time and heal your joint at bostonprolotherapy.com.
Boston College football is back, and tickets are going fast. The Eagles' matchup against Notre Dame is sold out, and limited tickets remain for games against 2024-25 college football playoff teams Clemson and SMU. Get your tickets before it's too late at bceagles.com.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
MLB playoffs in action right now. Tigers earlier today got a 9-3 win over Seattle. That series now tied at 2. And the Cubs, they have a 4-2 lead right now over the Brewers. That came in the 5th inning with the trailing the series 2-0. And the Celtics, they begin their preseason tonight against Memphis. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline. It's an oil change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandoilChange.com. You can save 15% off an extra drive-through oil change at Valvoline. It's an oil change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. Ryan and Bob, they'll take you around the NHL next on the 98.5, the Sports of Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot or 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit GoBLUSky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
BJ's Wholesale Club has always been proud to offer great prices every day.
In this economy? Almost sounds too good to be true.
These prices are very true, and at BJ's, they're great, not good. That's great prices every day, no matter the economy. Including 3-pound rotisserie chickens, just $4.99. Wellesley Farms Deli Honey Ham, $6.99 a pound. Plus great prices every day on everything in the club. Join at bjs.com/join and make BJ's your destination for savings every day.
Hey, it's Felger here, and football season is back. Make Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka your tailgate must-have. Real vodka, real brewed tea, just 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. Easy to sip and enjoy. Ask for it wherever you watch the game or take it with you to the tailgate. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Back here in Washington as we get ready for opening night, Bruins and Capitals, and we take a look around the NHL where we focus in on contract extensions. Kyle Connor today signing an 8-year, $96 million extension to stay in Winnipeg. Jack Eichel also agreeing to an 8-year deal worth $13.5 million per season to remain in Vegas. Those coming just days after the Oilers signed a 2-year extension with Connor McDavid worth only $12.5 million a year.
Yeah, obviously said I was committed to winning here, and that's, I meant that when I said that, and 2 years makes a lot of sense. Gives us a chance to continue chasing down what we've been chasing down here with the core guys that have been here, and a little bit of money to work with too. So I think the deal makes sense for both sides.
Did you say only?
Only.
Only 12.5.
He's worth a little bit more than that.
No, he is. It's it really raised a lot of eyebrows. It runs kind of parallel with the coach who's got a 3-year deal. So McDavid has 1 year this year coming up, and then the 2-year extension comes in next year. He wants to win. He's leaving money on the table to allow the Edmonton Oilers to go out and sign people and add people to win. They've been in the Stanley Cup Finals twice now. In the last 2 years, they've lost both years to the Florida Panthers. He's leaving a lot of money on the table, but he's going to make it up at some point.
Yeah.
Once this deal is done, he's going to cash in. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like when the salary cap is higher in a couple of years. But see, these other deals, it's all over the map right now, right, Ryan? It's like, Connor signs for his deal, which is a nice contract in Winnipeg, and that good on Kevin Cheveldayoff and the Winnipeg Jets for getting him signed. It's just so much different than what Kaprizov signed for.
He got every dollar he could.
Does Kaprizov mean that much more to the Minnesota Wild than these other players do to their teams? Right. Apparently so, because his contract is just way out of whack compared to what everybody else is signing for right now. So it's some interesting times right now in the NHL, and it's good to be a good player in the NHL right now.
And the Oilers organization is on the clock starting on Monday. All right, coming up, we will talk with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm as we get you ready for opening night here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Hey, you've heard of ordering lottery tickets on your smartphone? Well, now you can also order scratch tickets. Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app, lets you order scratch tickets right on your smartphone in Massachusetts. So, how do you scratch a ticket on your smartphone? Well, you can use your finger to reveal your scratch ticket just like you would a paper ticket. It's never been easier to order lottery tickets. Jackpocket also has Powerball and Mega Millions tickets. New customers opt in and get $10 in lottery credits. Use the code JPHUB on Jackpocket. That's code JPHUB.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-327-5050 in Massachusetts. 18 or older. Jackpocket is a lottery courier and not affiliated with any state lottery. Eligibility restrictions apply. Scratch-offs subject to availability. Opt in for $10 in non-withdrawable lottery credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms at jkpt.co/scratch10.
Nelson's right. Those older boiler systems need extra care. At Super Service Today, we have the knowledge and skills to handle any heating challenge. Visit superservicetoday.com.
Run, walk, or roll to help people and families affected by autism live life to the fullest at this year's 26th annual Flutie 5K for Autism on October 26th at Natick High School. Join us in our goal to raise over $400,000 to support families in your local community. Register today at flutie5k.com.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Ryan Johnston here with the new head coach of the Bruins, Marco Sturm. As you get ready to make your official debut, what's the emotion like today?
So far, so good. I'm pretty calm and relaxed right now, but knowing me, it definitely going to kick in right before it starts. But yeah, that's the moment. I've been waiting for it for a long time. Took a lot of work and patience, and I couldn't done it without all my good coaches, teammates I had. Doesn't matter where in LA or here, and also my family and my wife. Took a lot of work. What people don't know, but I'm super excited to start this new journey.
Well, speaking of a lot of work, your guys have had some real positive things to say about the way that you ran training camp and what they got out of it. How did you feel like the team came through it?
No, they were excellent. They were excited since day one. They worked since day one. They tried to do the best since day one. So I couldn't ask for anything else. Now we just have to translate it to the games. But yeah, no, overall, forget about wins or losses. I'm very proud of my guys, how they, how they showed up every day to work. And if we want to continue that should be our identity. And yeah, there's still a lot of work to do. Don't get me wrong, but we have to start somewhere, and so far it's been great.
In your mind, as you head into game 1 out of 82, what's the most important thing your team is going to need to do to be successful?
Yeah, no, it's definitely game 1. Everyone is so excited. We're on the road too, so there will be a lot of noise, red noise, I would say, coming from their end, and they're gonna come out hard. So for us, it's just find that our game right away, survive that first wave, and then just focus on our game and nothing else. We got to trust each other. We got to help each other. And that's going to be really, really important, especially the first 10 minutes.
From a season-wide perspective, what's the biggest challenge you guys are going to face this year?
Well, I think every team is going to have a lot of challenges because of our schedule. So it doesn't mean right now. It doesn't mean okay, those will be the guys. It's not going to happen. Starting in nets, defensemen, forwards. I think Don mentioned it yesterday. Even the guys in the minors we sent down the other day, or were on waivers. At one point, we need them. So that will be the challenge. It's not just a 20-25 roster. I think it's bigger than that. And that's why we need everyone, including those guys who got sent down because of the schedule, and whoever's going to stay healthy and also being very consistent, I think we're going to have a good chance to make it.
Hampus Lindholm is now one of your captains, gets an A on his sweater. Why was he the right choice to be the third guy with David and Charlie? And what do you hope that group brings as far as leadership?
No, he's a excellent communicator. He's an excellent leader. He showed it since day one when I talked to him. He's very into it. He's not shy at all to say whatever he thinks. And he's just a big presence in the locker room and on the ice. I think guys, what I hear, missed him a lot more than you think. And we're just happy that he's healthy and ready to go. And he's just another great connector for me with the other guys, and even more the bigger leadership group, more for me as a coach. I rely on them a lot.
All right, you guys get the Washington Capitals tonight. What specific challenges did they put in front of you?
Yeah, I mentioned already that's going to be the start. Knowing these guys, they always come out hard. Ovechkin is always a threat, but not just them. It's just they play a very simple, hard, structured game. And so, our start it's going to be critical. And if you survive that, I think it's just going to give us a good opportunity.
Marco, appreciate the time. Congratulations on game number 1, and look forward to talking to you all season long.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
After an eventful offseason, Don Sweeney and the Bruins are hoping to reestablish their identity as they kick off a new campaign.
Marco just completed his first NHL training camp as a head coach. It was really designed to reestablish and build the foundation that he expects our guys to play with. That's the standard. That's what fans expect us to deliver, and we're going to do that.
Now, after nearly 6 months, the Bruins' hopes of creating that standard begins tonight. It's the Bruins and the Washington Capitals. Opening night coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Across to Esposito, a shot.
Cam Neely, wow. Nathan Horton wins game 7 in overtime. Geeky scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers. Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, your New England Board dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, and by Catches Law.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a
Great stop of the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, TimberTech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back door. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score of a penalty trap for Raymond Gort.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And as we welcome you to the 2025-26 Bruins season as they get ready to take on the Washington Capitals tonight, Beersy, what do we expect? What are your expectations?
A lot of unknowns, Ryan, really. A lot of unknowns. I think that they talk a lot about, the Bruins management has talked a lot about the competitiveness, the compete level that has to be there, the attitude that has to be in the right place. Certainly having McAvoy and Lindholm back in your lineup is going to make a massive difference. It should make a massive difference in a positive way. And then having Jeremy Swayman, not coming in on day one and trying to take the load as the goaltender. He's been really good this preseason. He's been focused. He's been dialed in. But the defensive structure has to be strong for you. So still a lot of unknowns, but hey, every team coming into the season this year is optimistic that their team is way better than they were last year.
Well, we will have the opening face-off coming up from Washington next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
As much as I'd love to be, I'm the furthest thing from being a car guy. I feel like every time I take my car to the shop, be it for routine maintenance or repair, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. That is until I went to Meineke. See, Meineke is doing car care right. Meineke is total car care. Engines, brakes, tires, even oil changes. Meineke Car Care is your local, independently owned, one-stop shop for total car care. Visit Meineke.com for a location near you. That's Meineke.com to schedule your appointment today. Trust your key with Meineke, doing car care right.
The heating oil industry is changing, and that's good news for heating oil customers and the environment. This is Michael Ferranti with the Massachusetts Energy Marketers Association. Many of our member companies are now delivering clean, renewable biofuels. Biofuels reduce carbon emissions immediately. They are made from products including soybean oil and recycled cooking oils. Biofuels must meet rigid specifications. They are safe and economical, and they are approved by state energy and environmental officials. What's not going to change is the 24/7 customer service that heating oil retailers provide. Learn more at mybioheat.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Right now, when you buy 2 replacement windows from Window Nation, you'll get 2 free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. Don't miss out. Schedule your quote before October 31st at windownation.com.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey. Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Back here in Washington, D.C. for opening night, the Bruins and the Washington Capitals in the first of their 3 meetings. And before we drop the puck, let's go down to ice level and get tonight's national anthem.
And Caleb Green.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Getting set for the opening face-off. Game number 1 between the Bruins and the Washington Capitals. We take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. For Washington, in goal is Logan Thompson. On defense, the pairing of Trevor Van Riemsdyk and Jacob Chychrun. And up front, Alex Ovechkin, 3 goals away from 900. Dylan Strome and Alexei Protas. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman starts in goal. Hampus Lindholm, Andrew Peeke, your defenseman, and up front, Mikey Eyssimont, Tanner Jeannot, and Fraser Minton.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Brian O'Donnell of Brighton, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Brian wins a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins in white helmets and sweaters, black pants will go from left to right here in the first period. Capitals will win the opening faceoff. As Chychrun sends over to Van Riemsdyk, Ovechkin try to tip one into the Bruins zone. Right off the bat, it goes into the Boston bench, out of play. And so we get a stoppage just 7 seconds in. They will face it off at center ice here once again as Fraser Minton stands in against Dylan Strome. Minton, of course, came over in the trade for Brandon Carlo from Toronto. It was interesting, Don Sweeney mentioned during the season opening press conference the other day that his team scouts insisted that Minton be part of that deal. Gave them a great deal of credit. As puck gets deep into the Bruins zone, they'll break it out here. Peeke gets a cross-ice pass and dumps in from the red line all the way around to the far side. Jeannot goes into the left wing corner to Eyssimont to the back of the net. Forced back toward that far side circle. Hampus Lindholm will skate into the corner on top of the puck. Now Eyssimont along the far side boards. Puck is poked through Jeannot, who was rotated back to the blue line. That'll go all the way back into Bruins territory. Both teams getting some changes on here as we approach a minute into this first period. From behind his own net, Peeke being shadowed in front of the net by Pierre-Luc Dubois. Now angles a puck off the far boards and tipped through neutral ice all the way in on Logan Thompson, who covers it up here in the Capitals end with Geekie sniffing around the crease.
Fans booing early, huh? Set up breakout. They didn't like that.
Took a little impatient with Peeke, spending too much time behind the net.
You got to get the line change completed. Waited a long time for hockey to be back again, I guess, right?
So the face-off in the attack zone here. It'll be Elias Lindholm in the middle of David Pastrnak and Morgan Geekie. Charlie McAvoy and Mason Lohrei as the D pairing. Face-off win by Lindholm. They tap it back to McAvoy at the point. Over to Lohrei and now down into the left wing corner trying to find Pastrnak. That was broken up. Dubois will carry the Capitals forward through neutral ice and across the Boston line. Takes a big hit along the near boards from McAvoy. That freed up the puck. Kept alive along the near side by Faravari, and all the way around to the far side it goes. Loose puck in the far circle and a shot by Connor McMichael turned away. Loose puck in the slot. Now steered ahead, and here's Geekie getting the feed from Lindholm. Geekie racing into the attack zone. Dealing with Carlson, though. And the puck comes around behind the net toward the near side.
Carlson may have lost a half a step, but he looked pretty good there coming back on Geekie.
We got an early penalty coming up here as well.
Yeah, good angle on Geekie coming back. Geekie looked like he had a step on him, but Carlson got himself back in a good position to angle him off and not allow him to the front of the net. And we got our first penalty.
Gord Dwyer, Mitch Dunning, the referees tonight. And they're going to call a hooking penalty here against David Pastrnak to get it started.
It's on Tom Wilson, but got it. It's so early. I don't want to get on them already, but
less than 2 minutes into the season.
Are you serious? Like,
two of them just kind of got tangled up and both went
down. They were both going for a puck.
Yeah. So Washington gets an early power play chance here on home ice. They'll have to start all the way back in their own zone now off a clear. Brought into neutral ice here.
Tom Wilson's a lot stronger than that.
Dylan Strome played into the corner. Wilson sent one across ice. Ovechkin had it Bounced off his stick and turned over. All the way back into neutral ice it comes. Strome near the red line. Will hand off along the left side for Carlson. All the way around the boards it goes. Zdeno back deep here for the Bruins. Loose puck for Corrali. Banked it off the far boards, but didn't get enough on it to clear. Carlson back off the far wall and back down toward the corner. Poked in behind the net. It'll come to Ovechkin in the left wing corner. Centering pass bounced off of Corrali toward the net. And Swayman able to cover that up.
So Corrali wasn't able to clear it initially, right? He was a little off balance. He was on his backhand. Wasn't able to get that puck out first, but the Bruins want to be a little bit more aggressive than they have in the past, and they're going to kill with McAvoy and Lindholm on the back end to start this PK. So a little bit more aggressive, but if you're going to be more aggressive, you've got to be covering certain areas, the dangerous areas. If you're going to get spread out a little bit, chasing, then you've got to be able to cover the front of the net, and the Bruins did a good job of that. It did pinball around a little bit, and Swayman was able to make the save, but you've got to be on the same page, killing penalties if you're going to be aggressive that way.
Minton was able to chase down a loose puck and get the puck cleared. Capitals come back through neutral ice as Chychrun deals off the right side for Ryan Leonard. They'll set it up for Protas. Gave it up and got it right back. Alexi Protas, 30 goals last year, a career high. It's the shot knocked down by Swayman, and he covers up once again.
Yeah, Swayman's had to make a couple of saves. He's been sharp so far. A couple funny ones, too. Not that clean shot that you'd like to see right off the bat to kind of get yourself into it. He's had a couple of pucks kind of pinball around him in tight, but
40 seconds left on the power play here for Washington. Face off in the Bruins zone to Swayman's right. Elias Lindholm out to take it against McMichael. Michael won the draw. They get it back to the point. Sandin pushed it down toward the corner. Ovechkin. Deflected puck gets all the way across. Sandin had to glove it down to keep it in the zone. Into the far corner for Protas. And now Leonard chases in behind the net. McMichael back toward the center of the blue line. Sandin. Here's a centering pass for Leonard. Low shot kicked away by Swayman, and the rebound cleared by Lindholm.
Good save by Swayman. Leonard had to turn his body to get that shot away, but he's he's the bumper position that time, and he was going low to the blocker side, and Swayman got the right pad on it.
And a giveaway near the blue line allows Lindholm to scale one all the way down ice. Bruins get back to full strength as Pasternak is released from the penalty box. Ovillier will carry ahead here for Washington. Dumps in. Swayman comes out of the net. Stops it with the backhand. Played around into the far corner. Hampus Lindholm able to move the puck forward. Arvidsson sending through the neutral zone. Picked off at the Washington line by Hendrix Lapierre.
Yeah, Lapierre coming back that time. Otherwise, it's an odd man rush for the Bruins. That's a good back check.
Jokiharju sends off the far side. Here's a pass up the middle for Middlestat into the near corner courtesy of Wilson.
I mean, that's a good pass. Middlestat trying to gain some separation there, and Wilson comes back on him.
Carlson pokes into the far corner. Beauvillier takes a hit from Arvidsson. Puck will be carried out of the zone here by Wilson.
Yeah, 4-on-2.
Off to the left side for Lapierre. Moving down the circle. A centering pass off the skate of Jokiharju.
Boy, he had a man coming late if he wanted him. He tried to force that pass across. Lapierre did.
Ticking down toward 5 minutes gone in this first period. Hampus Lindholm with the puck behind the Bruins net.
Yeah, they're going to boo him, too.
Very impatient crowd here tonight on opening night.
Apparently.
Backhanded back into the Bruins zone, and Hampus Lindholm fumbled the puck a bit. Swayman had to cover it up.
Well, I was wondering how the ice was going to be here today. It really was. It's a warm building, and that puck bounces on Lindholm. I mean, he's got full possession of it. That puck just hops over his stick as he tries to make a pass up the left wing. He's got full possession, nothing going wrong, everything's fine, and all of a sudden that puck just hops on him. And Swayman has to be alert. So it's been a strange start for Swayman. In a good way for him, but I'm just saying that he hasn't had clean shots against him other than the one by Leonard.
Another defensive zone face-off here. Wait, the officials trying to sort something out. And now give the indication to drop the puck. So Elias Lindholm against Nick Dowd on the draw this time.
Is it me, Brian, or is there a lot of empty seats right below us here?
There certainly are.
There's a lot of empty seats down there.
Those aren't cheap either. Perhaps the club underneath
and
the
it's
seats
it's a 7:30 start.
Right.
It's not like it's an early start.
Perhaps the nightclub underneath the seats is hopping right now.
That's like Toronto.
Right.
Where they all hang out in the luxury boxes below the at arena level.
Lindholm sent one across ice. And Roy able to get back in time for Washington. Sandin struggling to find the puck as Elias Lindholm gets involved in the offensive end. But pulled back toward the near side boards. It'll be Dowd to circle back behind his own net. Leaves the puck there and heads off on a change as both teams getting some fresh bodies on. 6 minutes into this first period. Roy. Left side for Strome. Strome carries it through the center circle off to the far side and tried to flip it for Chikrin, but it deflected off him into the bench out of play. So we'll step aside here with 13:52 to go, first period. No score. Bruins and Capitals on opening night on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
The Shoresy Fall Classic returns. Join the cast of the hit TV show Shoresy as they take on NHL alumni from the Boston Bruins. December 7th, 3 p.m. at TD Garden. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
This sandwich, it's a complete
Puka,
game
Bella,
changer.
I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The three-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Paid for their testimonial.
Hey, what's up, it's Zoe? And if you're looking for a world-class dental experience, you've got to go to Boston Dental. From world-class athletes to anyone who wants results that exceed expectations, Boston Dental's team of 17 expert dentists treat everyone like a VIP with a focus on aesthetics, sports dentistry, implants, Invisalign, and more. Same-day emergency appointments? Absolutely. Major insurance? They handle it. 3 Boston locations in downtown Government Center and the Seaport, and they have 2 in Dubai. This is a global brand committed to excellence. Book your appointment at bostondental.com or call them 617-706-5000 and check them on Instagram for the latest updates.
Atomic Coffee Roasters, a second-generation family business roasting fresh in Peabody. Get subscriptions, cold brew cans, or unwind with Atomic Black, their signature coffee liqueur. Find it statewide or at drinkatomic.com/radio. Atomic Coffee Roasters, spreading positive energy 1 cup at a time.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Celebrate Truck Month and hurry in to secure your deal today. Built Ford tough.
Keep it tight.
Back here in Washington, 13:52 to go. First period. Neither team has found the back of the net yet. And a face-off just outside the Boston blue line. Controlled by the Capitals. Van Riemsdyk will rip it deep around Swayman. It goes into the near corner. Peak will reverse it toward the far side. Hampus Lindholm pushed it up the far boards. And diving effort by Corrali to knock it out into neutral ice. Chikrin steers it for Protas along the near side. He'll float it down deep into the Bruins zone again. Lindholm to Peak. Kastelik knocked it off the boards out of Corrali's reach.
Great idea, though. Great idea trying to find that middle of the ice.
Corrali able to track it and get it out of the zone. Kastelik fighting his way up ice, get interfered with by Van Riemsdyk. And the Bruins will get their first power play of the season.
Yeah, both calls have been a little light, but definitely a little bit of interference there. But if you're going to call Pastrnak for what he called him, then you got to call that one. Watching the Bruins in the neutral zone through preseason and now just even to start this game, it's a really, when they don't have an opportunity to forecheck, they back off in a 1-2-2, and they want to force right at the red line if they can. And force that dump in. We talked about that. The goaltender has to go back and make touches on those plays, or the defenseman has to cheat back. It's interesting to watch the way that they're kind of employing that right now. But power play right now for the Bruins, an area that definitely has to improve.
Here's McAvoy. Sent one through the slot, tipped on into the far corner. Geekie keeps alive over there. They get it back up top for McAvoy. Pastrnak, top of the right circle. Goes all the way across, and a chance for Geekie. Just missed the net.
It was there for him. He was frustrated with himself. And Pastrnak on the right wing side, Geekie on the top of the left wing circle. Wasn't able to pull the one-timer, but that was there for him.
Geeky to McAvoy, and it rolled over his stick and comes out across the blue line. They'll collect it near the red. Lindholm's pass gets knocked down, turned over, and Roy a chance to clear it, and he does.
I know they're going to make probably a change here, but those passes right there and those plays right there, that's going to leave Lindholm open in the bumper.
1:05 to go on the power play. Zacha brings ahead to the line, chips it off the far boards to himself, but then lost. McAvoy, good job to keep in. Middlestat swings it towards Zacha. Pasternak along the far boards, pivots into open space, gives to Zacha. Middlestat in front, and it kicked off the far post. Ricochet behind
Arvidsson.
Thompson.
Arvidsson going to the net.
Capitals will get it cleared with 40 to go on the power play. Bruins had kind of a mixed unit out there. They finish up the change now as Hampus Lindholm brings Arvidsson ahead. His pass broken up, and Protas just tapped it out across the blue line. Lohrei backing it toward his own zone. Pass for Marat Husnudinov, taken away by Protas and thrown back into the Boston end with 15 to go on the power play. Hampus Lindholm skates it up toward the red line, drops it back. Husnudinov to Arvidsson, right side for Middlestat as they come across the line. Lohrei looking for some open space, gives over to Hampus Lindholm, moving toward the top of the circle, and shot it wide, looking for the redirect from Arvidsson. Capitals get back to full strength, and as they do, they will ice the puck, just as Van Riemsdyk had stepped out of the box.
Yeah, I know they don't score, and they don't. There was one good chance there on the pass for Arvidsson in front. They moved the puck around pretty effectively there. Got into the zone. That was a big area of concern last year. The entries, getting over the blue line, getting themselves established in the offensive zone. But that was encouraging, watching that first power play, even though they don't get any results from it.
And those entries, something that Marco Sturm really kind of hammered into them during training camp this year. They worked a lot on that. Zadorov turns up ice from the Bruins zone, finds Asimon up the right wing side. His shot gets blocked off the leg of Carlson. Kept alive here. Jeannot, bottom of the near circle, moving toward the slot. His shot gets blocked by Strome and goes up into the netting out of play.
Yeah, there was some space there for Jeannot, right? He's coming from the right wing side, and his two forwards go to the net, and all of a sudden it opens up some space coming to the middle of the ice, but Strome with a good stick to make sure that Jeannot's shot doesn't get through.
Hello, this is Mike.
And Jeannot and Asimon on the wings for Fraser Minton as the Bruins' third line.
That provides some space for Minton. Not that he needs it, but you know, Asimon's not the toughest guy, but he will throw his weight around for sure. And Jeannot is more than capable of creating space.
Minton backhands one through the top of the crease. Capitals will move it out and push it into the Boston zone. Jokiharju back, couldn't get possession. Puck will be brought back toward the blue line for Roy. Beauvillier gets the feed in behind the Bruins net. Sent back toward the near side. Asimon and Minton both there. Around toward the far side it comes, and Roy takes a hit from Jeannot and gets knocked on the seat of his pants.
Well, Roy's got to take the hit to keep the puck in the zone. He did that. He definitely took a hit.
Up the near side it comes from Jokiharju. And Asimont will backhand it deep into Washington territory, and he'll head for a change. Chychrun will skate the Capitals back through neutral ice. Finds his way around Husnudinov. Pass near side didn't connect with Protas, who now pulls it off the wall. Down toward the hash marks and taken back over by Peak. His clearing effort, though, stolen by Protas, and Husnudinov able to get back defensively and keep that from turning into anything. Protas tips it past Hampus Lindholm and back deep into the Bruins zone. Husnudinov gets the feed from Peak. Walks it out through neutral ice. Husnudinov all the way to the attacking blue line. Gives over to Corrali from the right side and a long shot. Taken in the midsection by Thompson. He hangs on. 9 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first period. It's the Bruins and the Capitals scoreless here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. and the rugged Ford Explorer with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
9:26 to go here in the first period on opening night. Bruins and the Capitals are scoreless. Shots are 3-2 in favor of Washington here in the first half of the first period.
Yeah, the Bruins with a pretty good chance on the power play, right? The one that went off of Arvidsson. I don't know if he got a stick on it or maybe went off of his leg, but he was covered going to the net.
Here's a drive by Pasternak off a feed from McAvoy. That's blocked by Carlson.
Set up face-off play right there where Pasternak drifted out into the high slot. Got the one-timer feed from McAvoy.
McAvoy from just shy of the red line tried to dump it in. That's going to be a Bruins icing.
All right. So they're going to
call it tight.
Call it tight.
Setting the standard for tonight and perhaps for the season.
And McAvoy having a little quick conversation with one of the linesmen. Like, really? All right.
Elias Lindholm takes the face off and wins it from Dubois.
Usually the veterans get the benefit of the doubt on that one, but
Cap's able to hold in. Wilson a centering pass, and that skimmed through McMichael on the doorstep. Now a pass back from McMichael to Wilson in front. He couldn't get a shot off before the Bruins take the puck. Geeky hit Lohrei coming to the Washington blue line.
I don't know if Lohrei was ready for that pass or not. It was there for him. That was a nice play by Geeky. A spin move right at just inside the red line as he's coming up the ice to the neutral zone.
Pasternak sent one toward the slot. Taken away by Dubois. Capitals with possession. Faravari going to bring it up to the red line, and he will hammer one all the way around behind Swayman to the far side. Came right to Pavel Zacha over by the Bruins bench. He gives Middlestat a chance to carry ahead. Middlestat down the right circle, tried to get it in front. That was blocked, and the Capitals will clear, but that's going to go for an icing.
Last year it was the Bruins that were just icing the puck all the time, right? The Capitals have been guilty 3 times this period. Yeah, last year just it deteriorated in so many different ways. So you try to get past last year into this year. I love the pace that the Bruins are playing with so far in this game. Washington matching them with some of that pace. I don't know if Washington is the fastest team in the league, but you know they try to play fast. Everybody tries to play fast, right? But both teams have had a pretty good start. It's been a little helter-skelter at times, but there's been both teams into it right off the bat here.
And you would expect that a little bit on opening night, right?
I would hope so, yeah.
Jokiharju sends over to Zadorov.
A couple home teams got beat last night, right?
Yeah. Here's Arvidsson carrying down the left circle, a chance right in front on Thompson, who made the save.
Coming down his off wing, Arvidsson a right shot, coming down the left side that time, trying to chip that puck in on Thompson.
LaPierre gets buried along the far boards by Zadorov just inside the Boston blue line. Bruins starting out in their own zone. Middlestat gets hemmed in along the near boards, though.
Middlestat is definitely a guy that they need something from this year. If he's going to play second line center, which he's starting here today, they're going to need something from that position.
Duhaime out of the left corner trying to get it to the front of the net, blocked by Hampus Lindholm. Corrali gets involved and steers it up the near side. Duhaime got dumped near the side of the net. He's got the puck now back on his stick. Skates it toward the far side, gave to Van Riemsdyk at the right point. Down low it comes to Corrali, and Husnudinov out near the blue line, trying to get that puck out of the zone. They do.
That should be an icing. Should it not?
Dumped back in by, well, we got a penalty coming up instead. Interference, the indication.
I mean, that was where McAvoy dumped the puck in from.
Yeah, just shy of the red line, it looked like, from up here. But Bruins are going to go shorthanded. Ref Mike's not working here on opening up.
Nothing's working here.
So Corrali goes to the box for interference. Washington will get their second power play of this first period.
Yeah, he was going at it with Dowd that whole shift. So, but Chychrun dumps the puck in from exact same spot that McAvoy dumped it in from, behind the red line.
Washington power play was 14th in the league last year. 23.5%.
Dowd sold that too.
Bruins win the faceoff in the defensive zone. McAvoy takes his time, sends it up the near side. Here's Jeannot with a shorthanded shot that skims up and over Thompson. Capitals get possession. Minute 40 to go on the power play as it's brought ahead.
Yeah, basically a 1-3 for the Bruins in the shorthanded situation.
Minton knocked down Ovechkin as the puck gets cleared into the Bruins zone. Hampus Lindholm in the near corner. Couldn't get it moving. Carlson from the left point sends it all the way across to the far side. Back up top for Ovechkin to drive, and that went wide.
That's a different spot for Ovi, huh?
Yeah, not in the office there.
Top of the right wing circle.
Dubois from the near corner around to Carlson, who skates onto it. Down low, Strome in front. Puck came pinballing toward the crease, and Swayman covers up.
Another puck off of a skate, right? They try to make that pass across, and it goes off of, might have been Peak's skate down low, and Swayman just has to be alert. Yeah, I mean, hard off of Peak's skate and onto the pad of Swayman.
There'll be another face-off in the defensive zone here with 1:06 to go on the power play for Washington. Bruins penalty killers were 24th last season. Another area that needs
special
improvement.
Teams, special teams in general.
Face-off, tie up here in that far circle. Chychrun went down.
Trying to draw one.
Crowd believed him. Here's Ovechkin with a drive from the left circle, and that one skimmed wide. Back into neutral ice it comes, and backing to his own zone is Sandin. He will hand it off back a little bit closer to the net for Chychrun. Chychrun carries up through center ice, steps across the Boston line, got it to McMichael breaking through the defense, and he got forced wide of the net. Chychrun from the right point. Hands off along the far wall. Long shot. Swayman made the save. Puck broke through him, and Ovechkin nearly had a crack at it before he got knocked down. Kept alive by Chychrun to the center of the blue line for Sandin. Off to the right side to Protas at the hash marks. 13 to go on the power play. He takes a shot up high on Swayman. Zacha with the rebound. Tried to clear up the middle. Sandin knocked that down at the line. Comes around behind the net. Came through Protas. That gives Zacha a chance to clear, and he does.
Out of the box now.
So back to full strength. 4:45 to go here in the first period. Scoreless to this point. 2 power plays for Washington, 1 for the Bruins so far. Sandin, pass off to the right side. And a steal by Geekie. Geekie gets it across the line to Lindholm. Over to Pasternak, one-timer. And Thompson sliding to his right. Did he get a pad to that?
Oh, yeah. Right pad. Great save.
Elias Lindholm with a long shot. Thompson the save. He's turned around the wrong way. Wasn't sure where that puck was. Capitals will clear it with Duhaime sending into neutral ice.
Lindholm, Geekie, Pasternak. Expect the unexpected, right? Yeah, I thought that shot was coming from Lindholm, and instead he zipped it right across the Pasternak in the left wing circle, which is, I mean, if you can get it through, that's the right play. Great save by Thompson with the right pad.
Around the net it comes in the Bruins zone. Yoki Haryu's got some space. He's going to carry it up toward the red line and dumps it around the boards as the Bruins initiate a change with 3:45 to go in the period. Faravari from the near circle in the Capital zone. slowly walks it out toward his own blue line.
That 1-2-2 for the Bruins now set up after the line change.
Turn back away from Middlestat.
Now they want to go right at the red line, make them dump it. Yep.
Got blocked by Arvidsson. Yep. Arvidsson gets it back on into the attack zone here. Zaka coming in with a shot, and the left pad stopped by Thompson. McAvoy with a 60-footer, and that one's gloved by Thompson for the whistle.
That's all coming from the neutral zone, right? You force right at the red line, and if it had been dumped, that would have been an icing. But they stop it right at the red line. They get going transition right back the other way.
3:19 to go in the first period. No score. Bruins and Capitals on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch curly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCEnighttrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com.
3:19 left here in the first period. No score, Bruins and Capitals. And you were talking just before the break, Bearsy, about how the Bruins are performing in the neutral zone, and it led to a chance right there before the timeout.
It's a 1-2-2. So when you don't have an opportunity to forecheck, getting a line change, whatever the case may be, and you back off, but you want to force it right at the red line. So your first forward, and then the strong side forward converge right at the red line. You're trying to force a dump in, but if you can get them before the red line, even better, which is what just happened, and then they got an opportunity from it. It's like every team tries to do something in the neutral zone. You see a 1-3-1, you see whatever it is, but everybody's got to be on the same page in order to create those turnovers and a chance for yourself the other way.
Husnudinov able to get it back to Peak for a shot that goes wide on the stick side of Thompson. Kastelik got it back out in front, and Husnudinov trying to catch up to it. Now Corrali hits the outside of the net from below the goal line, and then collides with Sordiff as well.
Sordiff was ready for that. He had his shoulder down there.
Sordiff going to carry into the Boston zone. Gets a shot in on Swayman, who made the save. Rebound batted around in front. Husnudinov's got it now near circle. Dropped it back behind the net to Peak. Bruins moving left to right here. 2:43 to go in this first period. Peak with a long pass to the attacking blue line. Didn't connect with Minton. And then they blow it for an icing, and Asamont was clearly behind the defense.
It's not always who's behind, but it's who's going to get to the puck first.
He's easily getting there.
It's a wraparound, and Asamont's right there.
Hey, I'll get some burgers.
Sorry, it's a little early to get on these guys, but
Just the sides and the top, please. I'm saying, keep it tight.
Slow start for the officiating crew tonight.
Big time.
Face-off win by Minton from the Bruins' defensive zone. Zdeno angles one all the way across the ice. Asamont in a foot race for that one, and they blow it down as, again, he started to grab the lead over Faravari. So they'll bring it back to the defensive zone for the face-off again here. Minton will stand in against Dylan Strome. Minton wins it. Run through the slot, lifted out of the zone by Zdeno, bouncing puck back into the Washington end. Fehervary to Strome. Through the neutral ice they come. Ovechkin, checking was Zdeno, helped to loosen up that puck. Now Fehervary throws one through the slot, ricocheted off of Lori and wide of the net. Mason going to carry up toward the blue line and send it off toward the far side of the neutral zone. Minton giving chase over there, but the Caps will beat him to it. And a 2-on-1 here. Ovechkin down the right circle, took the shot. Swayman made the save. Ovechkin after the rebound got knocked down by McAvoy.
Yeah, McAvoy tried to stand up there at the blue line and
centering pass.
Kind of a partial 2-on-1, really not a clear-cut one, but
Asamon from center ice going to dump it in, and the Bruins will change with 1:40 to go in the period. Matt Roy, pass up the right side for McMichael. Trying to get it through neutral ice, denied by Geekie.
Yeah, twice denied.
Knocked down by Elias Lindholm and played into the attack zone. Here's Geekie across, and Pasternak a chance, but blocked by Roy, goes into the netting.
Yeah, good block by Roy, because Pasternak's open in the slot there, and that's another turnover created by the Bruins there in the neutral zone, and they get going back the other way. Geekie making that pass into the high slot. And Roy's a lone defenseman. He's got to block that, otherwise Pasternak's got a clean shot from the slot.
So that'll get that line an attack zone face-off here with 1:22 to go in the period. Elias Lindholm on the draw. Face-off won by Dowd, lifted out into neutral ice, gloved down by Jokiharju, and went right to Zadorov, and that hand pass draws a whistle.
I think Jokiharju upended, can't tell who that is, Duhaime for the Capitals.
Just the sides and the top, please. I'm saying, keep it tight.
Like Zadorov and Duhaime having some words here. As they get ready for a face-off just outside the Boston blue line.
Now I'm kind of feeling chicken.
Elias Lindholm will take that. And face-off won by Dowd, but stolen. And Pasternak works his way up the left wing side. Stops on the circle and sent one in front.
Geekie going there and Lindholm going there.
Puck comes out into neutral ice, sent back in on a delayed offside. Bruins tag up. Capitals will get it cleared, but kick back into the zone. Lindholm was still in there, so he couldn't play it. Now Washington comes forward with under a minute to go here in the period. On the near side wall. Duhaime went down pretty easily, and Jokiharju is going to get called for a cross check. And I got the feeling that's what Zadorov was talking to Duhaime about 30 seconds ago, and he draws a penalty here. Be the third power play of the period for Washington. Comes with 46.3 left on the clock.
The Bruins having a long conversation with the referee right now. It's like it's been a little questionable this first period.
Face off in the defensive zone for Sean Corrali.
There was a little bit of a cross check there. I will say that. I don't think it's hard enough to call it, but it's just a hard play along the wall.
Corrali backhands one down toward Thompson, who covers it up.
One of the Capitals, there's Tom Wilson shaking up on that play right off the face-off. He's having a word with the referee.
34.4 to go in the peririd. He went into the corner, went down and went skates first into the wall. He's looking for a penalty on Hampus Lindholm.
He's fine. He's staying out there, so.
Face-off win by Strome.
Power play. You don't go out there.
Carlson
That's what I'm talking about.
in his own zone. Challenged by Corrali. They work it ahead to Strome along the left wing side. And that play is going to be offside at the Boston line. And McAvoy's ticked off of the officials.
Wilson's talking to the referee. McAvoy's talking to the linesman. Yeah, it's been that kind of period. Both teams.
20.7 to go in the period. Minute 34 left on the Washington power play. Corrali against Strome on the faceoff just outside the Boston blue line. Capitals win it. Dubois on the right side, shoved by Hampus Lindholm. Tried to play it back toward the blue line, but nobody home. And Capitals will have to chase it all the way back to their own end. 8 to go in the period. See if they get one last shot here. Here's Ovechkin just inside the Boston line. Poked at by Peak. Corrali trying to keep it tied up as well, and will, as the horn sounds to end the first period. A penalty-filled first period. Minute 14 of power play time will carry over here for Washington. But no score at the end of 20 minutes as we kick off the 2025-26 Bruins season. And we'll return with our first intermission from the Capital One Arena in Washington on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord, or 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
Artificial intelligence, AI, has made my life so much easier. So has IA, yep, my independent agent. She's a wizard when it comes to delivering great coverage at a great price. She bundled our home and auto with safety insurance. And with Safety's app that monitors driving habits, we saved even more. AI is great. For insurance, so is real intelligence. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll help you manage life's storms.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
To succeed in today's tech-forward business world, you need skills that keep pace with tomorrow's challenges. At Northeastern University's DeMoore McKim School of Business, we believe our signature approach to experiential learning gives you the skills, insight, and confidence employers demand. Ready to make your mark? Connect with us at our Ask Me Anything event on October 15th. Save your spot at northeastern.edu/business events.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Yeah, it was quite surprising to me. I had no idea that was coming, and as you saw, I was quite of shock. And obviously, it's a huge honor, incredible honor. I never imagined coming to Boston that one day I'm going to have my jersey retired and hanging in rafters. It's such a privilege, you know, be part of the organization and the city and have the fans support for all these years. You know, I just feel like it's just, you know, such an incredible feeling to have everybody being part of that journey. So it's just, you know, something is going to be sinking probably for next few days, but I'm so grateful for that.
back here in Washington, where the Bruins and the Capitals played a scoreless first period on opening night. And our first intermission is brought to you by TD Bank. And we're going to focus in on an announcement made earlier this week by the Bruins. As longtime captain Zdeno Chara will see his number retired to the rafters at TD Garden in a pregame ceremony coming up in January. 14 seasons in a Bruins uniform, of course, the 2011 Stanley Cup, a couple of other Cup finals as well. He becomes the 13th player in franchise history to receive the honor. And it's funny, Don Sweeney joked the other day at the season opening press conference, not sure why he was surprised, but you could hear it there, how much this honor means to him, and that even with the career that he had, didn't seem like he was expecting it when Cam Neely told him the other day.
Yeah, I think maybe expecting it, just not sure when, right? Yeah. I mean, Bergeron's going to be the next one, right?
Sure.
I think when Patrice gets taken by Cam out to the arena level, he's going to know what's coming up, right? But certainly well-deserved. I mean, when he came in, was it 2007, I think, when he came in. He was captain right away. That was the Dave Lewis era, right? One season with Dave Lewis. It was not a good year for the Bruins. It was a bit of a fire drill for them. And Marc Savard came in that same year. That was a transition with the general manager. Jeff Gorton actually was the interim general manager when the draft took place, even though Peter Chiarelli was going to take over. He wasn't allowed to be part of the draft. It was a kind of a crazy time. But they signed two free agents in Savard and Chara, and Savard unfortunately has to leave early because of head injuries. Chara takes over as a captain. The first year wasn't good. They ended up firing Dave Lewis. They brought in Claude Julien, and kind of the rest is history, right? They had that defensive structure that Zdeno Chara was such a big part of. That was the hallmark of their team. Yeah, they could score. Yeah, they could be tough. Yeah, they could, do a number of things, but they were going to be tough to play against defensively, and that's something that Chara really. And he was all inclusive in the sense that nobody was called a rookie.
Right.
You could be a first-year guy, but everybody got treated the same. Rookies still had their place. They still had to do certain things, but they didn't get treated as a rookie. And that was one of Chara's many things that he put in place. There's so many great moments, with Chara. 2019, broken jaw, stepping up and playing in that game after he had the puck get into his face and broke his jaw. And he came out and sat on the bench and didn't play another shift in the game where he broke it. Then the next game he was ready to go with a face mask. I was thinking about this the other day. For some reason, it was the Dallas Stars came into town and they wanted to be tough. And
I remember this game very well, yeah.
First fight was odd against Campbell, and that was a score to settle from the year before. I actually did pretty well against Campbell. Gregory Campbell was a really good Bruin. This is all back in that heyday. So Sean Thornton fights, beats up his guy. Adam McQuaid fights, beats up his guy. There was another shot that was taken like after a whistle, and Andrew Ferentz beats up his guy. And one of the Bruins went over the Dallas bench and said, "You haven't even gotten to Lucic and Chara yet. Do you want to keep going, or are you done yet?" So Chara didn't have to do anything in that game, but he was always, you knew he was there. And there's just an unbelievable presence for Zdeno Chara and what he did and what he was able to do. I think he grew as a captain. He grew as the league changed a lot from when he came into the league. You could hook and hold and slash and whack a lot when he came into the league. After 2004, 2005, you couldn't do that stuff anymore. He had to learn to play angles, stick position, body position. You could still be physical, but you couldn't have that stick on guys the way that you used to be able to. And I give him so much credit for having the intelligence to be able to do that throughout his career and the way that he played.
He's on his way to the Hockey Hall of Fame in November. He's also recently returned to the Bruins as a hockey operations advisor and player mentor. And, you can still hear the reverence when players, whether they played with him like David Pastrnak did, or players who maybe just watched him growing up, there's still a reverence there about what he means to this organization and what he will continue to bring to this organization. So we congratulate Zdeno on that honor coming up in January before a game against the Seattle Kraken. No score here after one period of play in Washington. Joe Murray gives us a check of the Sports Hub headlines, and then we're back with the second period next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
This just in. Hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month. Now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
Blondie's Barbecue, New England's true destination for Texas-style barbecue, is now open on Route 1 in Walpole. We're talking slow smoked brisket, dry rubbed wings, fall off the bone ribs, and juicy turkey, all cooked low and slow over red oak in their custom smokers. Heading to the game Sunday, fuel your tailgate with Blondie's. Game day pickup start at 8 a.m. with easy in and out parking. Dine in, take out, or cater your next event with Blondie's Barbecue. Check out their full lineup at blondiesbarbecue.com. Blondie's Barbecue, authentic Texas flavor, right here in New England.
Good for customers, good for communities, good for business. Eastern Bank offers local full-service banking expertise to customers at convenient branches, from New Hampshire through Merrimack Valley to the Cape. Powered by a comprehensive range of financial products and services with a long history in the Merrimack Valley, our expert team is ready to help you work toward your financial goals with banking products that fit your life. Make a great choice and join us for good today. Learn more at easternbank.com, member FDIC.
Get the most for your trade at Audi Natick during our Trade and Save event. We need used 2020 to 2024 vehicles, and we're paying up to $2,000 over book value. Get started at AudiNatick.com and see how much your vehicle's worth and get up to $2,000 over book value. Or have a lease? We'll give you $500 for your early lease return. But hurry, the Trade and Save event at Audi Natick ends soon. See dealer for details.
Advance your career with an MBA or specialized master's through Babson College. Join the school ranked #2 best college in the U.S. by the Wall Street Journal 2025. Visit babson.edu/grad programs.
Hey, this October, eliminate chili drafts for good with Window Nation. Right now, when you buy 2 replacement windows, you'll get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 whole years. But you have to hurry. The sale ends October 31st. Schedule your free estimate now at windownation.com.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
NHL scoreboard right now, second period. Montreal leads Toronto 2-1, and just a couple other games on the scoreboard tonight. Edmonton, they host Calgary, while the Vegas Golden Knights will host the LA Kings. Bill Belichick on the hot seat at North Carolina after a report from The Guardian says that he's discussed a buyout option and a willingness to a buyout if he can find a soft landing spot with another team or in the media. The Patriots preparing for their Week 6 matchup in New Orleans. The injury report is out. Jalen Hawkins and Keon White did not practice today. And at the MLB playoffs, Tigers with a 9-3 win over Seattle today. That series is tied at 2, and the Cubs have a 4-2 lead right now over the Brewers, who have a 2-0 series lead, and the Celtics are in action tonight against Memphis. The Boston Bruins, Loon Mountain Resort, and 98.5 The Sports have teamed up to offer the skate and ski ticket package for the 25-26 season. Purchase a $150 ticket to select Bruins games and receive a complimentary lift ticket to Loon Mountain. Head to bostonbruins.com/skate and ski for more information to buy your tickets while supplies last. Headlines brought to you by Valvoline. It's an oil change. And enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off your next drive-through oil change. And Valvoline, it's an oil change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. We'll have the second period next on the 98.5 The Sports of Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more, just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Layer on the flavor with the DQ sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hey NFL fans, what's your favorite touchdown? For me, it's the next one. Because with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, every touchdown could bring you closer to cashing in. From first touchdown score to anytime TD props or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. And here's the best part. Bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Your team hitting pay dirt pays out to you. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive reward. Minimum minus 500 odds required. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Capitals played a scoreless first period. We're joined downstairs by Victor Arvidsson, who officially makes his Bruins debut tonight. Victor, a little bit of a wonky first period there with a lot of penalties, but how do you feel here on opening night, ready to go?
I don't know, it's a lot of emotions and a lot of energy in the building, and the guys are excited to play, so it's a little sloppy, but I think we're being more patient and getting into things as the period went on, so it was a pretty good period.
We talked a little bit during our first period broadcast about what you guys are doing neutral zone wise. What is Marco trying to impress on you there during training camp and into this first game?
No, we got to be good defensively and play fast and be physical and close quick. So I think we gotten better through training camp, and now we got to just execute it during the regular season too. So I think we're on a good roll here.
How have you gotten to know your line mates on the ice in Zacha and Middlestat, and how do you feel like that combination is going to work?
No, I think off the rush we created some chances this period, and I think we can play down low a little bit better. But other than that, I think we refine each other well, and it's a little bit of a learning curve too. So, but it feels good. Appreciate the time. Best of luck in the second period. Thank you. All right, thanks to Victor Arvidsson for joining us. He and the Bruins have to kill off some more penalty time as we get the second period going here. Don't forget, tomorrow night is the home opener. Bruins opening night presented by TD Bank. Black and Gold will take on the Chicago Blackhawks at TD Garden. Puck drops at 7 o'clock for an Original Six showdown to kick off the home portion of the season. Get your tickets now at bostonbruins.com/tickets. So it'll be Corrali and Zacha to start up front with Hampus Lindholm and Charlie McAvoy as the deep pairing.
All in all, pretty good first period for the Bruins. I think maybe a little bit of overpassing. A couple times. I get it with the Lindholm, Pastrnak, Geeky line. I can see that. They've got some of that chemistry, but I think some of the other lines, and maybe even that line to a certain extent, sometimes there's a shot that's been passed up. Now the Bruins are going to get caught for another penalty.
The puck comes around behind the Bruins net. McAvoy and Ovechkin came together. Ovechkin hit the dirt, and McAvoy is going to go off. So 55 seconds of 5-on-3 power play time coming up here for Washington. 4 penalties on the Bruins in the first 20 minutes and 19 seconds.
Yeah, I think McAvoy just got the stick in behind Ovechkin's skates. as they were both going for that puck, and Ovechkin was trying to spin away.
So now it'll be Corrali, Peak, and Hampus Lindholm.
2 right defensemen in the box right now for the Bruins, and Yoki Haru and McAvoy.
Face off to the right of Jeremy Swayman, down to our right, the Bruins defensive end. Peak poked it toward the slot, grabbed there by Chychrun. He'll move it down the right wing circle. Strome back to Chychrun, top of the circle. Down low to Strome, 1 touch in front looking for Wilson.
Good stick. Good stick. Lindholm and Corrali both.
Ovechkin reloads at center ice, gives to Wilson on the right side. Fighting through Hampus Lindholm, goes in behind the net. Ovechkin out near the blue line. He'll give it to Chychrun instead on the right wing circle. Down low for Strome, back in front. And the 1 touch by Carlson.
Yeah, that was all Carlson coming around on that top there. He got set up for the one-timer. He's a right shot in the right wing circle. Got the pass from the goal line.
10 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Wilson chipped it toward the corner. Chychrun takes it there, goes behind Swayman.
Interesting, 2 defensemen.
Far circle, and Ovechkin put it wide to the short side. Yoki Haru's out of the box. Wilson's shot gobbled up by Swayman, and no rebound. So a minute to go on the McAvoy penalty as it reverts back to a 5-on-4.
Yeah, usually don't see 2 defensemen, right? You might even see, last night I was watching one of the games. I can't remember which one it was. They had 5 forwards out there on the 5-on-3. This was, you got Chychrun and Carlson, both very good offensive defensemen, but just interesting that they would go that direction with the 5-on-3.
Yeah, especially with a 5-on-3. Face off near circle for Minton. McMichael won it back to Chychrun, moved it to the center of the blue line, and then took a straight on shot, and Swayman covers that up.
I had a coach, we had 3 defensemen on a 5-on-3.
Who were the 3 defensemen?
Well, I was one of them. It was a minor league team, and we had 2 guys that could bomb it. And my job was if I wasn't shooting, my job was it was a kind of a rotating umbrella, and just get it to one of them for the one-timer. It worked.
Chychrun with a drive that gets blocked by Jeannot. Chychrun kept the puck in the zone. 48 to go on the power play. Chychrun's got it at the right point. Sandin back to Chychrun, coming down the right circle. Centered one in front, and Peak took his man out as the Bruins get it cleared. It was Leonard right in front of the crease. Capitals get everyone back on side. Protas will send it around the boards toward the far side. Sandin at the center of the blue line. 25 to go on the power play. Crossing pass comes to Protas on the right circle. Back up top, and the long shot by Sandin. Kicked away by Swayman. Rebound forced into the corner. Sandin at the right point. Protas stepping out of the right corner. Gives to McMichael along the hash marks. Up top for Chychrun. Shot through traffic, goes wide. 5 to go on the power play. Out of the far corner, it comes back to the point again. Chychrun with the drive. That one goes wide. And the rebound off the backboards, and a chance for Leonard that went up over the net from a tough angle.
I can't tell if he shot that back through the crease or if Swayman might have got a piece of it. Big kill for the Bruins. Got the 5-on-3, got the 5-on-4 done. Now they got to stay out of the box. I'm not saying everything that they've done deserves a penalty, but now they got to stay out of the box and get themselves going the right direction here.
2:40 gone here in the second period. We're still scoreless. Beauvillier winds and fires a shot wide of Swayman. Here's Carlson along the near side wall. Beauvillier trying to get it back to him. Pasternak broke that up, and it came free into the slot. LaPierre shot into the near corner. Beauvillier behind the net. LaPierre reversed it back toward Carlson near side. They'll go across toward the far side. Faravari's pass shot blocked off in the far circle. Bouncing puck toward the end wall. Wilson kicked it to LaPierre, and on the back door a chance for Beauvillier. Yeah. Couldn't get it.
Good passing play there. He was open.
Lorai feeds a headman pass along for Geeky. Lindholm along the near side. Couldn't get it past Carlson. And the Capitals regain here. Washington moving from left to right on offense as Sordiff goes down coming into the Boston zone. It'll be cleared by Yoki Haru. Carlson backing to his own end. Carlson taking a look up ice. Pass skipped through Dowd. Yoki Haru will send Zacha back the other way. Zacha gives over to Arvidsson, tried to one-time it and fan on it. On the end boards, puck comes free toward the near circle. Played up and out of the zone. McAvoy coming back into his own zone, able to keep it away from Dubé. Uncalled. Dowd. Just sort of shot. Smothered by Zaka. Forced it wide of the net.
Pretty close.
Behind the net. Dowd trying to fight his way to it against Lindholm. Here's a drive by Roy, and Swayman saw that all the way. Covers up.
Yeah, for the Bruins right now, so they've gotten themselves, 4 or 5 penalties that they've taken so far here. They've been able to kill them all. Now it's time to kind of get their footing here 5-on-5. They've only got 4 shots for the game, getting outshot 12-4. They had some good offensive zone time in the first period, maybe overpassed a little bit. Now, okay, stay out of the box. Let's get ourselves going 5-on-5. See if we can establish here and get everybody involved in this game, back involved in this game instead of just the penalty killers. I didn't mind their power play when they had it in the first period. They moved it around fairly efficiently and better than I thought with some confidence. But now they got to get going 5-on-5.
And Riemsdyk lost it back toward his own zone. Thompson comes out of the net and shoots it up the left wing side. It'll be played on into the Bruins end by McMichael. Zadorov along the end board, send it back around toward the far side. It'll come back toward him as he works his way toward the near side. Sends up ahead for Husnudinov. The long shot. Thompson the save. And the rebound chance in front from Kastelik, forcing Thompson to make a second save.
It's a smart shot. Not a good rebound by Thompson because that shot's from well out on the left wing side. From Husudinov, he just wrists it towards the net, and it looked like it went off the blocker of Thompson, and all of a sudden there's a free puck in front for Kastelik.
We saw this combination with Husudinov playing with Kastelik and Corrali. How do you feel like he's going to fit in on that fourth line?
Not sure yet.
A little different than this two-line.
Well, he's also somebody, Ryan, that they can, if somebody's not going on maybe the top couple lines, they can move him.
Right. Here's Zadorov along the near side boards, threw one to the front of the net.
He's going to play second power play, Husudinov, but they can also move him up the lineup a little bit if they want to. And I don't know enough about him on the defensive side of things to know where he fits on this line just yet.
Right.
That's something that we got a very small sample size. We want to keep an eye on what he looks like in those situations.
Puck played toward the near side boards from the Bruins zone by Peak. Got it out into the neutral ice. Now Minton and Asimon along the near side trying to get it away from LaPierre. Instead around the far side. It's lifted out of the zone by Chikrin. McAvoy reaching up to knock the puck out of the air at the blue line with his glove. Whistles when we don't need them. No whistles when we do.
We find out if it's offside if they score. We're not going to find out now.
Clearing effort. Janot will chase Carlson into the far corner now. Janot turns and goes for a Bruins change. Around the near side, inside the Capitals end. Leonard going to drop it back. Carlson had it taken away behind the net by Pasternak. Geekie collides with Faravari along the far side corner. Capitals have it. Leonard throws it out into neutral ice. McAvoy takes it away from Duhaime. Pasternak hands it off to Geekie coming across the blue line. Around the boards it comes. Nobody over here.
We're going to rotate back.
Here's Dowd on the break, coming down the right side, and Swayman outside the crease to make the blocker save, and then covers a loose puck.
Bruins run a line change that time.
13:37 to go here in the second period. No score. Bruins and Capitals on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. Because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Right now, when you buy 2 replacement windows from Window Nation, you'll get 2 free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. Don't miss out. Schedule your quote before October 31st at windownation.com.
Hey, it's Felger here, and if surgery is recommended for your injured joint, I recommend calling Dr. Franke before going under the knife. Skip the long recovery time and heal your joint at bostonprolotherapy.com.
Slow drains driving you crazy too, Nelson? Super Service Today uses the latest techniques to get your water flowing, and we do whatever it takes to get the job done right. Visit superservicetoday.com.
Hey, it's Hardy, and let me tell you, whenever I need tires, there's only one place I think of, there's only one place I go, Town Fair Tire. When I needed tires for my truck, I went to Town Fair Tire. When I needed one new tire in my truck, I went to Town Fair Tire. When my daughter needed tires on her car, Town Fair Tire. I know them, they know me, and I know that they're New England's largest independent name brand tire dealer, so they offer unbeatable selection at prices that can't be beat. So listen, when it's time for your new tires, remember, nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
13:37 to go, second period. Bruins and Capitals scoreless here on opening night. These teams played each other twice during the preseason, so they've gotten to know each other pretty well here early on, and they won't see each other again until March when they play in back-to-back weeks. March 7th at TD Garden, and March 14th we'll be back here to the construction zone. As Sandin has a shot blocked. Zacha with a long feed ahead and a chance for Arvidsson moving in. Got the shot with a save by Thompson. And the Capitals clear the loose puck.
Great opportunity. Arvidsson looked like he tried to go 5-hole that time, and Thompson up to the task. Both goaltenders have been sharp here early.
Arvidsson tangled up just inside the Boston attack zone, right in front of the bench. Puck squirts out just across the blue line, dumped right back in by Middlestat.
That play, you go at a defenseman, all of a sudden the shot or the pass gets blocked, and you just take off. And Zacha was able to spot Arvidsson going right up the middle of the ice, got behind the D, had that breakaway from the blue line in, just couldn't finish it off.
Arvidsson, 15 goals in Edmonton last year. Came over in a trade during the offseason. As the puck gets dumped in behind Swayman, steered it around near side, and Lohrei took a heavy hit from Wilson.
Yeah, that's a tough position for Lohrei, right? So Swayman tried to get that puck off the wall, but it was up on edge, and it was right on the dasher, and he tried to give it to, set it up for Lohrei so he wouldn't have to take that hit, but Lohrai's got to take it off the wall.
He gets hit by Wilson again as he played the puck out of the zone.
That time's a little more him.
Kastelik goes over and gives Wilson a little what for, and Wilson not interested.
Well, he's not afraid. It's just it's just not the right time. Those are two good hits. There's nothing wrong with those hits. Kastelik just wants him to know that,
he's watching.
He's watching. Jeannot's watching, and Zadorov's watching. The problem. The thing is, when that happens, though, they're good hits.
Yep.
But now it's up to the Bruins to throw a couple good hits of their own.
Right.
And not on Wilson. On some Capital skill players. If that's the way you want the game to go.
As Lindholm tried to keep one in at the blue line there, reached up with a glove, couldn't quite settle it. Geekie gives it back to him now in the neutral ice. Pasternak played it across, trying to find Yoki Haru, who was coming up, but didn't connect. Instead, now Geekie to Pasternak. Backhanded toward the high slot, looking for Lindholm. Knocked out of the zone. Zadorov near the red line. It's angled toward the boards. They'll get it back in across the line here. Pasternak moving through the high slot to the far circle. And a pass across.
In the left wing circle. He tried to go back through the seam and hit a skate.
Nick Dowd got in the way. 10:58 to go here in the second. We're still scoreless. Capitals with possession. Leonard coming through neutral ice. Gains the attack zone. Centering pass. And a chance in front for LaPierre. Yeah. Couldn't redirect that one.
Yoki Haru wanted a change, and the puck got turned over at the blue line. He couldn't get off, and he was flat-footed.
Roy sends over to the far circle, and the shot by Sandin is scooped up by Swayman. He hangs on and gets the whistle.
Yeah, I like that attempt there from Pasternak. He's moving left to right, across, over into the right wing circle, and try to make that pass back diagonal across to Geekie, who's in the left wing circle. A couple good saves by both goaltenders. In fact, the last couple by Swayman. Of course, you had the breakaway chance there from Arvidsson. Stopped by Thompson.
Swayman, 14 saves so far, 6 of them here in the period. Off the face-off, Asimon able to kick one away from Ovechkin. Capitals coming back to their own zone with Chychrun. Puck on his stick. Sends a pass through the neutral ice. Tipped by Strome. Goes in on Swayman, who had to make sure to keep that one at bay. Now a chance in front. Strome Got it over to Ovechkin in front, looking for Protas, who can't find the handle. Peak able to get it out from in front of in real danger.
Maybe one extra pass by the Capitals there.
Strome at the back of the net. Chychrun down low, put one in on a tough angle.
Three on one.
Asimon moves it up the right wing side. He's got Minton in the middle. Minton back toward Asimon, right circle a shot, and Thompson knocks that down into the corner.
Yeah, Carlson got a piece of the return pass. It slowed it down.
Protas gets it to the red line. It's slowed up there by McAvoy. Middlestat shoved away from it, now pokes it along, and a chance for Lori coming down the left side, and the puck knocked off his stick by Carlson.
Pass was in his skates.
Cleared back out by Washington. That'll go for an icing with 9:29 to go in the period.
So some good opportunities there for the Bruins with odd man rushes, and the last one was Lori coming late, but the pass was in his skates, so he had to try to get it from his skate to his stick, so really nothing materializing there. And a 3-on-1 that I don't think they got the shot away that they wanted.
As you said, that puck just kind of slowed up enough to
by Carlson,
take away the momentum there. Face off in the offensive zone, won by Middlestat. Lori deals to Middlestat, left circle, back to Lori up top. His one-timer gets blocked, and the Capitals will get it cleared.
Yeah, they wanted a line change, Capitals did.
They'll get it. Swayman hands the puck off to McAvoy. Into the neutral ice for Zacha. Got tangled with Dubois. Here's Arvidsson across the Washington line. Took a shot, blocked by Roy, and goes up into the netting out of play. And with that, we take a break. 9:04 to go in the second period. No score here in Washington. On the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
That's what I'm talking about. Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation this year for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, a donation of $100 will be made to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Shaw's and Star Market, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
At the 99 restaurant, $14.99 big deal meals start the week off right. Satisfy big appetites every Monday through Wednesday. Try our new grilled teriyaki chicken for flavor that's always kickin'. For big deal meals and a great time, you gotta love the Nines.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
9:04 remaining in the second period. Still no score past the midway point of this game here in Washington on opening night. Shots are 16-8 in favor of the Capitals.
Yeah, I benefit, a couple of power plays there, a couple extra power plays.
Yeah, 9 of their shots have come on the power play.
Yeah, there you go.
4-1.
And I think the Bruins have passed up a couple shots. A couple chances up, a couple opportunities to shoot where they've tried to make that extra pass.
Boston will have a face-off in the offensive zone here to resume play as Middlestat will stand in.
9 of 16 shots on the power play. There you go.
Face off near circle down to our left. Long wait for the drop. And the puck is lifted up and out of the zone here by Sortif. Race for it back in the Bruins end. McAvoy able to hold.
Yeah, nice job by McAvoy. Exactly.
Arvidsson, left side for Zacha. Zacha pulls up along the hash marks, brings back out toward the blue line, now sends it back down low, cut off by Sandin, getting in front of Middlestat, volleys it over the head of everyone, and Mason Lori skates back into the Bruins zone. Up the left side, that pass jumped away from Middlestat. Zacha keeps it loose.
Middlestat's he's got to get in front of Sandin there. So it's not, Sandin he protects the puck, gets a step on Middlestat. You got to seal him off. It's not about running him through the glass or boards. It's separating him from the puck.
Lorai gets knocked down by Wilson a third time in this period.
Yeah, Wilson's just enjoying himself right now.
He got the puck out of the zone. The Bruins trying to take advantage as Pasternak sends into the middle for Geekie, who had to try and settle it in traffic. Pasternak's got it back along his near side circle. At the hash marks. Gets it back up top for Zadorov. Now Pasternak out near the blue line. Took a shot and scored! That one found its way through some traffic and into the back of the net, and the Bruins grabbed the 1-0 lead here in the second period.
I think it's going to be Pasternak, even though there was a lot of traffic in front of the net. Yeah, Lindholm was down there. Geekie was near there, but a little give and go, playing catch between Pasternak and Zadorov out high. And Pasternak's just going to wrist this puck towards the net. Good battle in front. Lindholm points right at Pasternak, so this puck found its way through a screen and kind of threw Thompson. He got a piece of it.
So
I don't think he ever saw it, though.
Pasta had 43 goals and 106 points last year, his third straight 100-point season. And he picks right up here on opening night. Figured in the scoring either a goal or an assist on nearly 48% of Boston's goals last season. So 1-0 Bruins lead, 7:35 to play in the second. Capitals with a puck in their own zone. Chychrun kicks it to his stick, finds Leonard up the left wing side. He goes down, and they're going to get Kastelik for a penalty now. As Thompson heads toward the bench for the extra skater. Beauvillier in the neutral ice coughs it up to Corrali, and there's the whistle.
Yeah, Kastelik's... I don't know if he was going to complain or he just needs a new stick. He was debating whether to go back with the referee.
47, 2-minute minor tripling.
So Washington will go to the fifth power play of the game.
He reached in on Leonard, and he reaches in to try to poke the puck away. He misses the puck and gets his feet. It's a tripping call.
So the Bruins penalty killers getting a workout here. This one,
and he's one of them.
Yeah.
But when your feet keep moving, especially when you're going to cross over like that, and the stick gets in on you, it's got to be called.
Corrali and Zacha, Hampus, Lindholm, and McAvoy. The four-man unit face off in the defensive zone, won by Corrali. McAvoy wraps it off the backboard. Zacha moved it out toward the blue line, and Corrali sends it the rest of the way down the ice. Carlson will start out of the Washington zone. They're moving from left to right here in the second period. Gives it back to Wilson. His pass disrupted by Zacha. Just onside as they come into the attack zone. Reaching for it, Ovechkin. He goes down. The puck is cleared down ice here by Hampus Lindholm. 30 seconds gone by on the Kastelik penalty. Carlson from his own blue line swings it across the ice. Nobody there. Dubois has to track it down. Now Wilson's pass across the ice looking for Strome. That didn't connect and shot back down ice by Jeannot. 6.5 to go in the period. Minute 10 to go in the Washington man advantage. Carlson will skate it ahead toward the red line. Heels ahead man pass to Chychrun moving down the right circle. A backhand shot, and Swayman got that one and hangs on.
You know how they do how far a guy skates?
Yes.
The analytics they do. I want to know how far Ovechkin skates during a power play.
It's a complete danger.
He barely moves.
About 90 feet.
He barely moves. He's just entertaining to watch because he's so good, right? It's just like, but he barely moves. He can go where he wants, but he doesn't come back into the zone.
Right.
And in the offensive zone, he just kind of hangs.
Off the face-off, Chychrun at the blue line. Gives to Leonard along the right wing boards. McMichael back up top to Chychrun. Fake the slap shot. Dealt it off to the left circle. They go back and forth there. They set up for McMichael in the high slot. Zadorov blocked that shot up off the far glass.
Interesting they don't leave Ovechkin out here for this power play, right? He's usually out there for mostly 2 minutes.
Right. 38 to go on the man advantage. Under 6 minutes to play here in the period. Puck is wrapped up the far boards. Kept in the zone. Leonard under pressure from Corrali. Steps toward his right. Took a shot, and the save made by Swayman, and covers it up.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
26 seconds left on the Kastelik penalty. 5:44 to go in the period. Bruins have the 1-0 lead. Pasternak from Geeky and Zadorov at 12:07 of this second period. The lone goal. Razor Minton will take this face-off along the near circle. Chychrun shoved against the wall. Puck comes back to Carlson at the blue line. Carlson tried to deal it toward that left circle, and Jeannot a takeaway and sends it all the way down.
Chychrun was in front of the net that time.
He was. Carlson drops it to Wilson coming out of the Washington zone. Now Chychrun going to carry it across the line. Strome to Ovechkin near circle. And the save by Swayman sliding out to the top of his crease. Jeannot angles one ahead for Kastelik as he comes out of the box. Just missed him. Thompson plays it away from the on-rushing Kastelik, and Washington maintains possession here with 5 minutes to go in the period. And the team's now at full strength. Lohrei brings the puck behind the Bruins net. Pass toward the near side. Fumbled a bit at center ice by Pasternak. Here's Beauvillier stepping in. Took a shot. Looked like that hit Swayman in the mask. Roy over toward the far side. Baravari trying to get it in front. Bounced off of Swayman. Kicked around in front for a moment. Now cleared off to the far boards. Geeky couldn't chip it out of the zone against Beauvillier. Yoki Haru battling with Beauvillier in the far corner. Gets the puck behind the net to Lohrei. Pasternak will carry it through neutral ice. And from the red line dumps it in. Geeky gets to it first along the far side circle. Elias Lindholm tried to play it back toward Geeky, who was without a stick. He's able to kick the puck along behind the net, but Washington will regain. Lifted out into neutral ice by Beauvillier. Glove down by Peak, who's going to jump back onto the offense here. Puck forced off toward the far circle by Sortif. Gets tangled up in front of the Bruins bench. In front of Jonas Korpisalo over there. And, well, Pasternak just took a shot from Roy and got knocked to the ice, and no call.
Yeah, Roy thought he got taken down by Pasternak. He retaliated with a cross check.
Middlestad at center ice, knocked away. Duhaime gets it off to the left wing side. A centering pass off of Dowd. Kicked away by Swayman, and a chance for Van Riemsdyk on the rebound. Turned away. Here's Dowd. Centering pass. And Peak able to break that up.
Peak needs a line change.
McMichael near side for Duhaime. McMichael got it back. Peak knocked that away, and out into neutral ice it comes, but not far enough for a change.
Yep.
3:13.
Him and Zadorov are stuck out there right now.
3:10 to go in the period. Puck comes behind the net. Swayman, little miscommunication, but goes back to play it. Got it to Zadorov, who sends a high lob through neutral ice, and they're going to call Zaka offside.
Whether it was or not.
We'll take it as well. 3:01 to go here in the second period. Bruins, on the strength of a David Pasternak goal, have a 1-0 lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
So I'm running late for a hugely important meeting. Of course, traffic is bad. And then I got rear-ended. The timing was inconvenient. But I have to say, safety insurance made the claims process unbelievably convenient. I simply uploaded pics of my car. The claims adjuster sent me back an estimate. I even got the money to cover the repair digitally. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms conveniently.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston. 98.5, the Sports Hub. Station.
Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Great to be back with you for Game 1 of the 82-game schedule. Bruins have a 1-0 lead here in Washington. 3:01 left in the second period.
Yeah, a little, your goaltender's been outstanding so far in this game, and maybe counting on him a little bit too much. There's been some funny ones, too. There's been some tough angles for the Capitals, like nothing really point blank, I don't think, but some pucks that have bounced off of legs and feet down in front.
Dump in here by Washington. Wilson.
Ovechkin had a good chance in the first period. Yeah. Dowd had a good chance here in the second period. A lot of it's been mostly on. A lot of it's been kind of outside the dot type of thing, or from a tough angle.
And Riemsdyk going to carry into the Boston zone. His pass into the middle, bounced off of Husnudinov. Out of the near corner comes Lohrei to Kuraly. He's able to slip past Protas and get that puck cleared, but Washington regains. 2:20 to go here in the period. Van Riemsdyk to Protas, wide angle shot. Swayman knocks that down and then drops the glove on top of it to draw a whistle. .24 saves now for Jeremy Swayman here on opening night. Face-off will be to his right. Elias Lindholm will take that against Dylan Strome. And Elias wins it back into the corner. Peak. Yeah, pushed it up the wall past Strome. They're going to call that an icing? Yes, they are.
So you win the draw, defensive zone, face-off. You win the draw. It can't be an icing. The whole far side of the ice is wide open. So Peak's got to drop that puck back over for his partner, Lindholm, in that situation. He's got the whole far side of the ice, left side here, in that situation, wide open. Reverse that puck back around.
Yeah, so no need to force it up through traffic, right? There's a shot blocked, and then McMichael batted it out of midair, and Swayman made the save, and now along the near post, a stuffer by McMichael. Swayman holds his ground there and draws the whistle.
And Peak's trying to make a pass. It's not like he's just throwing it mindlessly up the boards. It didn't connect. But I think that the reverse there is the right way to go, because you've got all kinds of time and space on the other side. And we've seen them use that in the preseason.
Another defensive zone face-off coming with 2 minutes even to go in the period, and Kuraly will come out to take this one.
He'll get a lot of defensive zone face-offs.
He matches up with Strome on this one.
He was only 1 and 4 in the first period.
Wins this one.
Yep.
And Hampus Lindholm chips it off the glass and out.
It's not going to go for icing, but I hate giving up possession there when you win the draw.
They will keep it in on the far side. Peak thrown toward the net by Kuraly, but blocked. Faravari can't get it cleared. Kuraly will send it back through the slot. But
in this situation, they created their own forecheck though after that high dump, that high lob.
Hit by Kuraly in the neutral ice. Puck gathered into the Boston zone. Faravari played it behind the net. Ovechkin goes down in pursuit against Tampa's Lindholm. Kuraly will carry it out toward his own blue line.
Having Hampus Lindholm back and strong, like that situation, that's him and Ovechkin going after a puck there. Both big guys. And Lindholm comes away, he doesn't get the puck, but he allows his teammate to come in and get the puck. And Ovechkin's the guy picking himself up off the ice.
And Hampus Lindholm named one of the 3 alternate captains, along with Charlie McAvoy and David Pastrnak. Marco Sturm said this morning he knew the first time he talked to Lindholm over the summer after he got the job, as Pastrnak sends one across looking for Geekie, and he got knocked down going in pursuit of that puck.
He got his feet taken out from under him. Didn't we see a penalty like that on Ovechkin earlier this period?
Tangled up along the end boards, comes out toward the front of the net. Leonard will push it up ice. LaPierre sends it softly around Zadorov. Now the two of them are shoulder to shoulder. Zadorov wins that battle. Lohrei off the far boards. Just missed Geeky with the outlet pass.
We've seen some different combinations on the back end here in this period. Right now it's Lohrei and Zadorov.
18 seconds left in the period. Roy kept one in and fed Wilson, but Arvidsson coming on to break that up.
He came off the bench.
Yeah. Final 10 seconds of the period. Lifted in by Chikrin. Wilson will get to it first. Goes behind the net. Centering pass off of Zaka. Free puck in front. Zadorov keeps that away from Protas and brings us to the horn to end period number 2. So the Bruins, I think, dominated in the shot department, but they have a 1-0 lead at the end of 2 periods of play here in Washington. And we will recap the first 40 minutes when we come back for our second intermission here on the 98.5 Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot or 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCEnighttrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Hey, it's Beetle here, your personal moving draft advisor. Picking the right movers is just like drafting your fantasy team. You need studs, not duds. First up, 2 guys in a regret movers. They look good in the preseason, and then they freeze up on game day. Zero agility, questionable motor. Don't even ask about the arm length. Pass. Next, we break it. You bought it movers. Ball security issues, dropped everything, total liability. And then there's Take Your Time Moving Company. They stretch a move into overtime every time. Now, here's your first round lock. DN Van Lines. High floor, high ceiling, clutch in the fourth quarter, elite, fast execution, and no fumbles. These guys deliver, literally and figuratively. Don't gamble your move on a waiver wire talent. Draft the pros. Call DN Van Lines at 1-800-51-MOVER or visit dnvanlines.com. DN Van Lines, Boston's #1 pick for moving season. Trust me, you'll want these guys in your starting lineup.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Pasternak's got it back along his near side circle. At the hash marks. Gets it back up top for Zadorov. Now Pasternak out near the blue line. Took a shot and scored! That one found its way through some traffic and into the back of the net, and the Bruins grab the 1-0 lead here in the second period. Back here in Washington, and the Bruins have a 1-0 lead at the end of 2, and that was tonight's electric play delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. Now 40 minutes complete here in Washington, and the Bruins up 1 despite being outshot 26-10 so far. The numbers were 18-6 in that second period. But
Pasternak, how many on the power play? Because that's
almost half of them. 11 out of their 26 shots.
Yeah, they put themselves shorthanded a few times. They got away from it. The penalty trouble there later in the second period. I'm sure that's a topic of conversation right now, staying out of the box here in this third period. And like I said, there's been a couple of tough ones against them, but okay, don't put yourself in a situation to take some of these penalties and, play 5-on-5. And I think when Washington might have the slight edge 5-on-5, and I only say slight edge. I think that they've had some chances, but a lot of them have been from, I think the Bruins have done a good job of not allowing the grade A point-blank chances. There's been a couple. There's always going to be a couple. But a lot of them have been from the edge. A lot of them have been from the outside and not a lot of rebounds. So, and Swayman's dialed in so far. He's been really good. He hasn't allowed a lot of rebounds. He's been strong when he's needed to be. And there's been some funny bounces around him, a couple of friendly fire bounces around him that have gone off skates, his own defenseman skates, and pucks that have hit him down the pads because he's been in really good position. So he's been solid so far. Now you want to have, the conversation here going into this third period is, all right, we still got more in us. We got way better in us. Let's have our best period right now. And Washington saying, keep going. We're fine. We're one shot away, and we like the pressure we're putting on the Bruins. But I think from the Bruins standpoint, they got more to give, and offensively, and play 5-on-5 this period, and put the Capitals back on their heels. And I think that they still have more to give. It's been pretty good. I think they've done a nice job of creating some turnovers. I think they've done a nice job defensively of keeping most of it to the outside. And we've talked about low-scoring games. Well, we're in one right now, so I think it's something you got to get used to.
A lot was made last year of Jeremy Swayman, missing training camp, coming in, was not, to the level that we had kind of become accustomed to. Of course, also a lot put on his shoulders with that new contract and didn't quite live up to expectations. In hearing him talk coming back this year about, he went to the World Championships last year, played really well, backstopped the United States to a gold medal there, and then comes in here with kind of a fresh outlook. And, to see him be this sharp on opening night when he's needed to be is certainly a good sign, because they are going to have to lean on him quite a bit as this season goes on.
Yeah, I mean, there's like going back and thinking about it, there's been two open shot chances from good areas. And Dowd had one in the second period. Ovechkin had one in the first period where he tried to go high to the blocker side, and Swayman stayed with him. But he's been squared up. He hasn't allowed a lot of rebounds. It was one thing after another last year. And I know he wasn't at his best. I understand that. But those first 20 games were, it was odd man rush after odd man rush after slot chance after slot chance, and if he's not coming up with the save, then it just got ugly, and that's the way it looked like to me anyhow. Yeah, he wasn't at his best. He knows that. He'll admit that, and he needs to be better. And new outlook this year, new situation this year, not fighting for a contract, full camp. The confidence coming through the World Championships, like you said, he was 7-0 in the World Championships. Yeah. And the United States won a gold medal for the first time in
forever,
90 years. So I played in 3 of those. I know we never won one. But he was a huge difference maker in that World Championship. And yeah, it's not the playoffs, but it's something to build on, moving forward. And he's never lost confidence in himself. I think the confidence level in the team and maybe the people around him and in himself. When I say never lost confidence, in this year he hasn't lost confidence. So last year, I think that there was a lot of things going through his head. I can't put him. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think there were a lot of things going through his head. Can I trust my defenseman to have the back door? Can I do this? Can I do that? And then it all started to add up and build up, and it turned ugly.
Well, he and the Bruins up to a 1-0 lead with 20 minutes of regulation time still to go in this one. Again, the lone goal so far, David Pasternak, his first of the season, and the Bruins' first of the season, set up by Nikita Zadorov and Morgan Geekie at 12:07 of that second period. Time now for our Music of the Game. Brought to Roll with the Punches Tour, a night full of hits, live at TD Garden October 26th with special guest Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. Get tickets now at livenation.com. 1-0 Bruins after 2. Joe Murray gives us the Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
Hey, Ryan Williams here with 128 Plumbing, Heat, and Cooling and Electric, home of Finish Strong Friday. And at 128, we are proud to be local and independently owned since 1992. And this year, we're excited to announce that we are now certified Evergreen, which is a certification that speaks to long-term commitment and remaining privately held, with a focus on people over short-term profits and exits. Learn more on our website or social media at call128.com.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Good for customers, good for communities, good for business. Eastern Bank offers local full-service banking expertise to customers at convenient branches, from New Hampshire through Merrimack Valley to the Cape. Powered by a comprehensive range of financial products and services with a long history in the Merrimack Valley, our expert team is ready to help you work toward your financial goals with banking products that fit your life. Make a great choice and join us for good today. Learn more at easternbank.com. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Felger here, and if surgery is recommended for your injured joint, I recommend calling Dr. Franke before going under the knife. Skip the long recovery time and heal your joint at bostonprolotherapy.com.
Hey, it's Maz, and Rodenizer Home Services wants to get you into the game of your choice this fall. Just go to the 98.5 The Sports Hub contest page and enter for your chance to win a $500 gift card to put toward the game of your choice. Rules and restrictions apply, and be sure to schedule your $89 gas heating system check at Rodenizer.com today.
This is Boston's home for sports. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, taking a look at the NHL scoreboard right now. After 2 periods, Montreal and Toronto, they are tied at 2. Only other game in action at the moment. Later on tonight, Edmonton, they'll host Calgary. And the Vegas Golden Knights, they will host the LA Kings. There is news out of North Carolina that Bill Belichick is on the hot seat after a report from The Guardian. Belichick has discussed buyout options and has a willingness to that $1 million buyout only if he can find a soft landing at another team or in the media. So things not good for Bill Belichick at North Carolina. The Patriots, though, they're preparing for their Week 6 matchup in New Orleans. They're coming off that win against Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. The injury report is out. Jalen Hawkins and Keon White did not practice today. Some other NFL news on the day. Joe Flacco, he'll officially start for the Bengals on Sunday versus the Packers. He was just traded from Cleveland. MLB playoffs underway right now. Yankees facing elimination. They trail the Blue Jays 4-1. That game is in the 7th inning. Just underway, the Phillies and Dodgers. No score in that one. The Tigers, they got a 9-3 win today over Seattle. That series is now tied at 2. The Cubs, they were 4-3 winners over the Brewers tonight. They now have a 2-1 series lead in that one. The NBA in action tonight. Of course, the Celtics, they have their preseason opener right now in Memphis. They have a 68-45 lead. And Jaylen Brown has 21 points. Shop the latest Bruins game used, team used, and team stock memorabilia with Bruins Authentic straight from the locker room and on the ice. Own a piece of Bruins history today at bostonbruins.com/authentics. I'm Joe Murray. We have the third period next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got a dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Poor Diana in accounting. She fell for an email phishing scam. Computers shut down. And people freaked out, especially about getting paid. Hey! Fortunately, the company had cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety covered the cost of systems and data restoration, business income-related losses, and more. Don't let one human error shut down your business. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms, even the cyber kind.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more, just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Left wing feed out at center ice. Marchand twists left at the red line. Hands it off for Bergeron. Far circle. Backhand out in front. They score! Might have been deflected in front. Bergeron sets it up, and the Bruins with a 4-2 lead over the Senators.
And we're taking it back to this date in 2018. Patrice Bergeron with a hat trick and an assist. And the Bruins 6-3 win over the Ottawa Senators. He became the 5th Bruin to score a hat trick in the club's home opener and the first to do it since Cam Neely, who did it in back-to-back years, 1994 and 1995. As we get ready to start the third period, Bruins with a 1-0 lead on a goal by David Pastrnak, set up by Nikita Zadorov and Morgan Geekie. And with those feeds, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation has already donated another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about Feeding the Puck for Families by visiting 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. So we head into the final 20 minutes here in Washington. Bruins will be going from left to right on offense here in the third period. Having been outshot 25-10 through 2 periods, it was 17-6 Washington in that second period. But as Beersy mentioned, almost half of their shots have come on the power play tonight as they've had 5 opportunities. The Bruins with 1 chance that came back in the first.
Yeah, so we talked about it in between periods, right? Like, the conversation in between periods now for the Bruins side of it anyhow is, we still got more to give. You know, our goaltenders giving us an opportunity here. Let's add to the score. You know, let's not sit back on our heels and let Washington dictate the pace of play in this third period. Play 5-on-5 and play fast like they did that early.
They win the opening face-off.
Put the puck behind them. Put them back against the glass a few times here.
Chikrin took it away along the near boards, played it across the ice. Zdeno fires a shot from out near the blue line. Thompson with a blocker stop. Strome will skate it back up ice for Washington. Turned it over just inside the Boston line. Minton to Zdeno. And here's Minton coming up across the Washington line. Gets a backhand shot in on Thompson as he got wiped out by Chikrin.
Well, he got tripped up by Chikrin trying to make that move outside in.
Chikrin with a puck on his stick. First minute of this third period. Started toward his own blue line, then pivoted back and backs his way down the near circle. Now deals it up ice. Lifted in deep by Carlson. At the side of the net, Swayman shoots it off the far boards, looking to trying to get it to Geekie. Held in at the blue line, but now Lindholm will get it out of the zone. Pasternak redirects it into the far corner to the right of Thompson. Protas, long backhand pass out to his own blue line for
good gap.
Wilson.
Good gap right there, McAvoy. Not allowing Wilson to get moving.
Puck to Protas, deep in the Bruins zone. Dubois back to Protas at the back of the net, to the far circle. And a wide-angle shot missed the net. Dubois in the left wing corner. Dug free by Elias Lindholm. Held in by Faravari at the point. Shot from that far point. Got blocked. Still loose along that far circle as Lohrei's lost his stick. Comes to the front of the net. And Elias Lindholm right there to take away. He'll skate into open space.
He's got to be a little stronger there. You know, chipping that puck up the boards, there's nothing there.
Faravari circled back behind his net. Comes all the way out through center ice and across the Boston line. Pass into the right wing corner. Zadorov digs it away from Leonard. Lifted up for Arvidsson, who gloves it onto his stick. Angles it ahead for Zacha. Now to Middlestat. And he will sweep it around behind Thompson, who slowed it up but couldn't stop it. Roy to Dowd. Back to Roy. Challenged by Arvidsson. Nearly forced a turnover. Middlestat got the puck and had to send it in on a delayed offside as the Bruins go for a change as we approach 2.5 minutes into this third period. Matt Roy coming out behind the Washington net. Sandin with a long pass through neutral ice for Beauvillier. Broken up at the Boston line by Hampus Lindholm. Kastelik up the right side. Gets it to Husnadina. Tried to backhand it toward the net. That was blocked off. Pete throws one through the slot into the far corner. Good steal by Kastelik along the far side. Boards got the shot in, and then the rebound that went through the blue paint. Back into neutral ice. Husnadina will back it up. Deflected puck comes to Corrali. Skates it through the center circle. Hands it off for Asimont. His shot missed the net. Kicks out of the corner and all the way back down ice.
Turn those turnovers in the neutral zone like they did right there and turn it into quick offense. And maybe they'll do that a few times here in this game when they've gotten themselves set up.
Puck wrapped around the far boards and Minton threw one in front. Comes all the way to Lohrei at the near point. Now Asimont near circle with a shot, and Thompson makes the save and hangs on to that one. As Zdeno takes a poke at Chikrin, who returns the favor. .16:32 left here in the third period, and the 1-0 Bruins lead. They will bring out
couple pucks filtered towards the front of the net that time, you know, towards Thompson. Force him to make a couple of saves. Even if it's from a tough angle. I thought Kastelik had two of them that same shift there, but
pucks in out of the zone off of the face-off. Dumped right back in, but Capitals will clear. Dubois, that's the handoff from Wilson. Cross ice comes to Faravari, throws one in front. McAvoy was there against Protas in front of the net. Back toward the Capital zone, and Carlson wheels up through the middle. Protas looking for Wilson. That's offside.
Zone, yeah. Stand up at the blue line.
Right with you. One.
You can get set up. They want to. I mean, ideally they want to try to break it up, you know, towards the red line. That was a long pass, though.
Just the sides
up towards the far blue line.
Keep it tight.
The gap's good right now for the Bruins. It's been good. It's been a good neutral zone for most of the game.
This is great. That's what I'm talking about.
That is where the face-off will come in the neutral zone. Just about 4 minutes into the third period.
It's the least talked about zone.
To show my mom.
But it's been good for the Bruins, and it's important. when I say least talked about, it's talked about a lot by them.
Sandin sends it deep. Zadorov will misplay in the far corner, but no arm, no foul. Puck comes out into neutral ice.
I think the puck hit the referee's skate.
A little help there. Roy trying to play it up through the neutral ice, picked off by Zaka at the red line and dumped back in. Thompson has to play it as it comes toward the crease out of the corner. Middlestat, a turnaround shot from a wide angle, forcing Thompson to make the save. Washington looking to carry out. Duhaime, shouldered by Arvidsson. Roy brings it across the Boston line. Long shot from the outside. Swayman grabs that.
Well from the outside. Zadorov thought about going after that puck carrier coming down the right side, and they backed off just because he didn't think he had the numbers. Last year, he would have gone for that hit. And it may have led to an odd man rush. This year, well, at least in that situation, back off, protect the middle of the ice, force the shot from the outside, wait for help coming back. That's discipline in the sense that knowing when to go and when not to go.
And he improved on that in the second half of last year quite a bit, right?
Definitely.
Face off to the left of Jeremy Swayman here with 15:21 left. Off the draw. Peak got it off the far boards, but not out. Chychrun threw it in front, blocked by Peak. Corrali sends it off the far boards out to neutral ice. Kastelik getting it moving forward. He's shoulder to shoulder with Carlson into the far corner of the Capital zone. At the back of the net, batted out of the air by Husnudinov. He's got it back onto his stick, turns with it at the near side of the blue line. Back in behind the net, Kastelik able to keep it moving toward the far circle and centered just.
This is where they want to work. This is where they want to work, down in that offensive zone. Make the Capitals defend right now, and the pressure's on them. There's still a lot of time left, don't get me wrong, but it put the puck behind the D, make them defend.
Minton got caught in the offensive zone offside here as Asamont brought it across the blue line. So a stoppage with 14:34 left. David Pasternak's goal has the Bruins in front here in the third period. And a face-off just outside Washington territory. And Minton wins that cleanly. Lorine to McAvoy and dumped in all the way around into the far corner it goes. Reverse back around toward the near side. McAvoy will come down onto Protas, help force the turnover as Asamont held the line. Now it'll be Dubois clearing it out toward the red line. Protas, Faravari, and Faravari introduced to the ice by Charlie McAvoy. Janot toward the back of the net, centering pass by Asamont. Got all the way back to the blue line. Zadorov threw it back down low. Instead, now the Capitals will move. Wilson plays in toward the end boards, bounced toward the side of the net. Swayman handed off there. Boston gets it back out. 13:45 remaining. Roy, checked by Pasternak in the Washington zone, forced him back into the corner.
Make them come 200 feet. And that's, another part of the conversation. They're going to beat us. They got to come 200 feet to do it.
Roy's trying to get to the bench for a change, and he will as he plays the puck up the right side. It'll come deep for Swayman. Thrown back to the net off the far side hash marks by Sortif, and Swayman grabs that and hangs on. We've got 13:23 to go here in the third period. Bruins still with the only goal on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. Because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The three-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Quiet, Nelson, I'm telling them. Remember to get your boilers and tankless water heaters serviced and checked before it gets cold. Book your appointment now at superservicetoday.com.
Hey, it's Felger here, and if surgery is recommended for your injured joint, I recommend calling Dr. Franke before going under the knife. Skip the long recovery time and heal your joint at bostonprolotherapy.com.
Right now, when you buy 2 replacement windows from Window Nation, you'll get 2 free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. Don't miss out. Schedule your quote before October 31st at windownation.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Burns, sales manager from AAA Work Trucks, your local truck upfitter in Billerica. We all know your truck setup is critical to your success on the job, so choose AAA Work Trucks to upfit your vehicle. We sell and install virtually everything your commercial truck needs, from van shelving to ladder racks, lift gates, toolboxes, power inverters, and much more. Call 866-783-6222 and we'll come up with a solution that works best for you. Visit us at AAAWorkTrucks.com. That's AAAWorkTrucks.com.
Champions play here, the Sports Hub.
Fans, be part of the excitement at TD Garden all season. Individual tickets for the 2025-26 season on sale now, from division battles to classic Original Six showdowns. Don't miss a moment. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets and lock in your seats today. 13:23 left in the third period here in Washington. Bruins leading the Capitals 1-0 on opening night. Capitals win a face-off here, and Swayman forced to make a save and a long shot by Carlson. The rebound by Chychrun up over the net. Wilson lost it out of the zone, so Washington comes back toward their own end.
Offensive zone face-off. They go with Chychrun and Carlson out there together.
There's Protas coming down the left wing circle. Centering pass came to Wilson. He shoots and scores from right on the inside of the right circle. And Washington ties it up with just under 13 minutes to go.
Yeah, Bruins don't adjust. Once this puck comes out to the neutral zone, Capitals are going to regroup, get going back up the ice. They try to get into that 1-2-2, but one pass beats them through the neutral zone. Now they enter the zone, and coverage breakdown coming back into the slot area. A little miscommunication between, there's that Middlestad and Arvidsson coming back. That leaves Wilson wide open. We talked about the lack of opportunities from the slot. That was a rolling puck that Wilson gets a quick shot away from the slot.
So we are even at 1, under 13 minutes to go. Tom Wilson, career high 33 goals, 65 points last season. Gets one here on opening night.
There aren't many players like him. You know, a guy that can, I mean, he threw how many hits in that second period? He buried Lori a couple times.
He's had 3 on Lori at least.
Within 2 shifts. Clean hits. He can score. He can fight. He can be physical. As long as I mean, his issues were crossing the line, you know, and doing things that got him suspended. But
Bruins dumped one in on Thompson, get an attack zone face-off out of that. And Elias Lindholm, good job to win that with a skate. As Yoki Hardy with a shot redirected on Thompson, and then Geeky got taken down in pursuit of the rebound, and Boston will go to the power play.
Yeah, John Carlson's not going to be happy with this call, but he's got his palms up in the air going to the box.
It looks phenomenal. It tastes great.
So it'll be the second power play for the Bruins tonight.
2 minutes for holding.
Holding against Carlson, who's still arguing. And referee tells him, have a seat.
He had a hold of Geeky's stick as Geeky was reaching for that puck. We've seen calls for less in this game. So,
so power play number 2. Elias Lindholm will take the face-off. Zacha, Pasternak, Geeky, and McAvoy. Puck trickles in toward the crease here, and it'll be covered up by Thompson, so they'll have to face it off again.
He's not happy at all, Carlson, with this call.
Lindholm against Dowd on the draw.
You know how much you love bacon. I love the different varieties.
They drop it. Lindholm pulled it back, but taken away and cleared all the way down the ice.
Lindholm won that draw behind him, and that's where the forwards have to come in and do a better job at getting to it first before the Capitals can reach it.
Here's a pass up the left side. Pasternak's got some lane down the left wing circle in front. Scores! Elias Lindholm with a backhander beats Thompson. A power play goal, and the Bruins are up 2-1.
Oh, great finish. This is a beautiful finish by Elias Lindholm. Gets this nice pass from Pastrnak. So the Bruins quick up. They go off the boards, up the left wing, and Pasternak's going to receive this pass, get into the zone. He's going to fake shot, zip it right across into the slot. You got Geekie going to the net. That's going to pull one of the defensemen back. Opens up a seam for Pastrnak to get this puck to Lindholm, and Lindholm goes forehand, backhand, shelf on Thompson. And Spencer Carberry, is he challenging offsides, or is he still complaining about the Karlsson penalty? They're giving him an audience over there.
A long conversation with
He's
the
not going to
officials.
challenge.
Officials say, let's face it off and go.
It was close to offside, but Pastrnak stays on side. What a move. Maybe goalie interference they wanted on Geek. I'm not sure what they were looking for there, but they're not going to challenge.
So 12:19 to go, and the Bruins are right back in front.
Definitely not goalie interference. He's being taken in there by Fairbairn.
It took just 38 seconds after Wilson had tied the game.
I don't think they would have won that challenge. There was a little contact there, but he's being pushed into him.
Pushed into the Boston zone here. Corrali, second effort, got it to Husnudinov, and he'll clear it through Van Riemsdyk. Race for the puck, and Chychrun swipes it away from the on-checking Castle. On rushing, I should say, as Chychrun with the puck in the far circle. Challenged by Minton. Near side it comes to Protas. Protas will carry it through the red line. Sends into the right wing corner of the Bruins zone. Zadorov trying to push it along the wall. Now stops it behind the net instead and turns back toward the far circle. Lifts it high into the air to neutral ice. Asimov gloved it down and ended up putting himself offside.
Your guests pay for their testimonials.
That time, so the Bruins make it hard for the Capitals to come through the neutral zone. They eventually dump the puck in. So now what do you do when you go back for it? You got to make the right decisions. And Zadorov tried to chip it to his partner over on the far side, kind of fanned on it a little bit, but ended up working out for him because he has it on his stick now. He's got nobody to give it to on the left wing. Everybody kind of collapsed into the middle of the ice. So that high lob out into the neutral zone.
Puck will come to Zadorov from the Washington blue line. He wraps it around the near side. Capitals looking to clear. Jokiharju holds the line. Sandin, though, regains. Roy to Strome. And across the line they come with Ovechkin. And forced wide of the net. Jokiharju got it to the line, but not out. Second effort does get it cleared. And Sandin will skate back onto it for the Capitals in their own end with 10:50 to go. Pass up the near side to McMichael. Plays it deep. McAvoy spins it up the near side. Middlestat will skate onto it. Coming up the right side. Chips it into the right wing corner and chases in there. Faravari going to stick to it first. Along the near side wall. Arvidsson able to win it back. Zacha got tangled up with Karlsson. Puck will come out into neutral ice. Arvidsson going to drag it right back in across the line. Sends one through the top of the crease into the near corner. Middlestat got it back into the corner. And now LaPierre with it for Washington. Faravari from the near circle. Pass up in the middle for LaPierre. Dumps around behind Swayman. Leonard to the high slot. LaPierre's stick fell apart as he went to play it.
Yeah, he was open in the slot there for a second.
Geekie leads the Bruins ahead. Gives to Pastrnak, and his shot off of Karlsson's leg went wide. Pasta in behind the net trying to keep that puck, and does. Moves it around to the far side, and Hampus Lindholm's shot gloved by Thompson hangs on. We will step aside with 9:46 left in regulation. Bruins with a 2-1 lead here in Washington on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Fresh and crisp from the vine. Autumn crisp green grapes are on sale at Shaw's and Star Market today through Thursday. Pick up these crisp and sweet grapes for only $1.47 a pound when you use the digital coupon. Limit 2 bags. When you shop with the Shaw's app, you get amazing deals and earn points on every purchase. Short on time? Order free curbside pickup or get delivery. Don't miss this grape-tastic sale on autumn green grapes and find new lower prices aisle after aisle. Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Elias Lindholm's power play goal from David Pastrnak and Pavel Zacha at 7:41 has the Bruins up 2-1 with 9:46 to go here in regulation. And Boston will have a face-off in the offensive zone here. And Lindholm will be out there to take it, as Dowd stands in against him for Washington. Face-off will be far circle to our right. Lindholm wins the draw. Pastrnak kicked it back to Hampus Lindholm. Lindholm skating to the side of the net in front for Geekie. Knocked away. Peak throws one toward the net, and that one goes into the far corner. Capitals get it cleared. Coming through neutral ice, Dowd. Running out of space. Just inside the Boston line. Thrown toward the front of the net. Loose, and Pastrnak gets it over for Geekie. Skates it up to the red line. Chips toward the right wing corner. Roy kept Pastrnak at bay. And Capitals get it cleared. Played across the ice. Collision with Pastrnak and Roy. Pasta went down, but from the seat of his pants, able to get that puck to Sean Corrali, who sends around behind the net. Chases in there against Dowd. The two of them collide. Sandin will skate it up ice here for Washington before he gets angled off it by Husnadinov. Behind the net, McAvoy to Loron.
You're going to fight for your ice if you're a Capitals player coming through the neutral zone, and that's the whole idea for the Bruins.
Lifted into the attack zone by Lorai. Chychrun reversed it around toward the near side. Protas, Dubois, and now back to Chychrun. Skates it across the Boston line, and it gives it over to the right wing circle, and the shot is scooped up by Swayman.
I'll take that shot all night long. Outside the dots. Uncontested as far as, or, you know, your goaltender has a good look at it.
Yeah, no traffic at all. There'll be another defensive zone face-off coming with 8.5 to go. .29 saves now for Jeremy Swayman on 30 shots. Logan Thompson, 13 out of 15. Face-off win by Minton. Lifted up into the air and out to center ice by Zadorov. Bouncing puck pushed toward the near boards by Chychrun. Bruins would get it into the Washington zone with Chychrun right there.
This is great. That's what I'm talking about.
Carlson from behind his net. Skates it toward the near circle. Heels left side for Chychrun from the red line. Lifts over the head of Jokiharju. Swayman out behind the net. Played it around the far wall. Asamont couldn't get it cleared. Zadorov gets a hit in the far corner. Capitals maintain possession, and Swayman has to make the save on a shot by Dubois. Jeannot got it to the back of the Bruins net, but Dubois took it back there. McMichael had trouble finding the handle at first, but got the shot off. Now Fraser Minton from the top of the near circle will backhand it up ice. Heads off as part of a Bruins change. Carlson comes back to play the puck in his own zone for the Capitals with 7.5 to go. Taking his time behind the net. Not getting booed the way the Bruins defenders did first period for settling behind their own net. Here's Ovechkin with the top of the circle shot, and the stop by Swayman, no rebound.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Face off to Swayman's left with 7:16 left. Torelli will take this one for Boston. Strome won it back to the point instead. Faravari from the top of the circle sent one through the slot. Ovechkin looking for the redirect. Instead, puck kicks all the way back toward the Washington blue line. Sandin from center ice dumps it around the boards. Torelli in the far corner gets to it first. Up the wall it comes. Sandin held it in first one, but Husnudinov able to fight his way through. Moving down the left wing side, took the shot from the circle. Thompson got the save and then scrambles to cover the loose puck.
Husnudinov sealed off the boards, blocked that attempted dump there, got back down the boards, and then got his feet moving, fought through a little stick check. And he's got Kaslik going to the net, but really that's not an option. He's got to take that shot. He's got a couple guys bearing down on him coming back. He's just inside the dot on the left wing side. Pretty good opportunity.
Ron Husnudinov, 5 goals total last year, 3 in Minnesota, 3 in Boston rather, 2 in Minnesota. Those 3 goals and 5 points in 18 games after he came over in the trade deadline. Saka tried to get it in front of the net.
He was trying to get it to Arvidsson.
Got the shot in on Thompson. Arvidsson picks up the loose rebound. McAvoy puts one wide from the top of the far circle. On the wall, Arvidsson battling with Roy, keeps that puck alive. Walks his way down toward the corner and then turned right into LaPierre. Capitals will push it back up ice and dump one in towards Swayman, who stops it at the back of the net. Backhands along to McAvoy. Puck will get cleared past Van Riemsdyk. Roy circles back in his own end to get it with 6:10 to go here in the third period. Chychrun pressured by Pasternak after Roy left the pass in between the circles. Chychrun.
That's an icing.
Oh, he was well shy of the red line. They let him go.
Yeah, just be consistent. If you're going to call McAvoy in the first period, you call that for icing then.
Dubois inside the Boston line, lost it. It's Geeky to Pasternak, up ice. Elias Lindholm, puck skipped through him, but gets to it from the near wall. Shoots one in on Thompson, who just covers it up and draws the whistle with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the third period. It's the Bruins 2, Washington 1. On the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about ClearPath for veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. ClearPath for Veterans is working with safety insurance to help New England veterans at the resource centers in Devens, Massachusetts and Manchester, New Hampshire. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to ClearPath and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. The media group station.
With Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Opening night here in Washington. 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. And the Bruins on top 2-1. Goals by David Pasternak in the second period. And a power play goal by Elias Lindholm in the third. Put Boston back in front just 38 seconds after Tom Wilson had scored for Washington to tie the game.
Yeah, a lot of time left here. Bruins have to remain disciplined in their positioning and having good touches when they go back on these dump-ins.
Puck will come behind Swayman around the near side. Roy from the point to Leonard, threw one in front. Ricochet just wide, and it'll be cleared up the far side by Asimov.
Continue to make plays when they're there, right? They might not always be there for you, but if you don't need to dump a puck to nowhere, don't. You make the play coming out of your zone.
Here's Roy along the blue line. Faravari in front, tipped on goal, and a great stop by Swayman on down.
It was Yoki Haru who ran into Swayman.
Puck lifted out of the zone. It'll trickle down toward Thompson. He's forced to play it from in front of the net. Faravari got it out into neutral ice. McAvoy holding off, sort of.
Yep, move your feet. That's it.
Usnadinov up the left side with a puck. Took the shot. It goes off the back left.
Showed some good quickness there. Coming up that left wing.
McAvoy and Lohrei back to retrieve a puck in the Boston zone. Directed through neutral ice. That's going to be an icing here with 4:33 left.
I love that with Usnadinov. He's done it a couple times now. You move your feet, right? You got the puck. You've got one guy on you, but you move your feet and gain that separation from the checker. Get into the zone. He missed the net on the shot, but he got going through the neutral zone. Didn't just throw it to nowhere. Had confidence in himself to get those feet moving. Get going north.
Twice here in this third period, we've seen him get loose on that left side. Lohrei got it to the blue line, but not out. Chychrun will play it back to the net, and the net dislodges as Protas bumped into the near post. That's going to
face-off
send a face-off outside.
That's a face-off win, though.
It's a complete game.
Got to make a better play than that. You're just throwing it up the boards and it's kept in the zone. I know that nothing happened from it, but
from the first bite to the last bite, that bun is crispy.
Those are those unforced errors we talk about, right?
Yeah, he's partially being pressured there, but I just think that behind the net to your partner is the way to go. At least in that situation, and earlier as well when we talked about it.
Strome wins the neutral zone face-off. Puck dumped around the near boards, the Bruins end. In the quarter, battle for possession. It'll come back to Chychrun. Deflected shot, knocked down in front, and another chance. And Hampus Lindholm was there for both. On the end boards, Peak and a wrestling battle with Ovechkin. Came back to Chychrun with a shot, tipped on, save made, rebound is loose in front, and banked off the near boards. Chychrun kept it in, but then shot attempt looked like it hit Carlson and kicks out of the zone. 3:52 to play. Bruins leading by 1. Washington changing as Carlson has the puck on his stick in his own end. Chychrun to center ice. Left side for McMichael. Gets a cutting Leonard across the line. Zadorov blocks his effort.
Leonard came late that time, and he ended up being open. They moved the puck to the left wing, standing still, but Leonard is flying through, and it's almost like a back pass to a guy that's flying up the zone through the neutral zone.
Capitals lost the puck back to their own end with 3:23 to go. They break out. Beauvillier to center ice.
Yeah, a lot of dumps.
Soft dump into the far corner. Zadorov got it to the back of the net. Yoki Haru will bring it up the near side. Plays it through neutral ice. It got through Leonard. And no icing. They wave it off late.
Late no icing.
Leonard to Roy in the near corner of the Capital zone. Pressured by Geekie. Around to the far side. Now the outlet comes to Beauvillier. Beauvillier to center ice.
Everything's a dump right now for the Capitals.
Same soft dump into the far corner. As Asimont gets knocked to the ice. Hampus Lindholm's lost his helmet, has to go to the bench here. As Minton skates ahead for the Bruins, tried to get off a shot.
That was a big hit by Tom Wilson.
Protas from the red line, dumps into that right wing corner again. Wilson fired one through the slot, comes untouched to the near side. Asimont going to carry the Bruins up the right wing. Asimont near circle, a shot. Thompson deep in his crease made that save. No rebound with 2:24 to play. And we get a little pushing and shoving in the corner.
Started with Dubois and Corrali. Now Jeannot's getting involved. Wilson's got a hold of him. Big hit by Tom Wilson. That was a clean hit. But I think that was Hampus Lindholm that got it, was it not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wilson has been physical tonight, but he has been clean in doing it. And
it was not Hampus Lindholm that got hit, though. I think it was Asimont.
You're right.
Yeah. Lindholm had lost his helmet before that.
Gotcha.
And then Asamont got Wilson. Excuse me, Wilson got Asamont, I should say, on that hit.
Milling around in between the benches here.
As you know, and Wilson having that conversation.
Bruins getting their unit out there. Spencer Carberry ready to send his guy over the boards.
Yeah,
and then Kastelik tried to jump out late, and so he gets sent back.
More Zadorov talking to Wilson and Jeannot, but they're both over there. Good hits, you know.
Yeah.
You got to know when he's on the ice. I mean, there's no question about it.
So an attack zone face-off for Corrali with 2:24 to play.
Asamont turned. He wanted to make the right play, but as soon as he turned, Wilson was in his face.
Off the draw, Carlson will play it to the back of the net for Strome, near circle. Long pass through neutral ice. Here's Dubois, who he's coming down the middle, couldn't handle the pass.
See, I hate that one pass beating everybody there.
Just outside.
They've been pretty disciplined in that area. In that part of the ice, they've been pretty good in that part. And that time, one pass beat everybody.
Hampus Lindholm from his own blue line shoots one in on goal. And Zacha forces Thompson to cover it with 2:01 to play. Face-off will stay in the Washington end.
Hey, wanna get some burgers after this? So just the sides of the top.
Don't forget, we're back with you again tomorrow night as the Bruins open with a back-to-back. Blackhawks will be at TD Garden for the home opener.
They hung in there last night against Florida.
Pretty entertaining game. First of the season around the NHL.
A couple former Bruins dropping the gloves. Nick Foligno and A.J. Greer.
Yeah. Face off near circle to our right. Lindholm wins it. Geekie tried to get it back to the point. Comes out into neutral ice. Zadorov goes and gets it. Pasternak in front of the Washington bench. Couldn't get it deep. Minute 50 to go. Thompson headed to the bench as Strome starts out of his zone. Strome to center ice. Sends a bouncer just wide of Swayman to the near side circle. Geekie poked it off the wall. Carlson, Ovechkin, far circle. Strome juggling the puck, takes it around behind the net. Backhands around toward the near side. Chychrun, center blue line. Carlson works his way to the top of the circle, took the shot, saved by Swayman, reaches out and gets the rebound along to Geekie with a minute 20 to go. At the back of the net, Capitals regain. They work it out in front, a chance for Wilson, and then Chychrun with a shot that tips up into the air. Still loses. It hit, I think, off the top of the net. Zadorov shoots it out of the zone. It'll go wide of the empty net, and it will be a Boston icing with a minute 4 to play.
Some close calls. Bruins kind of circling the wagons a little bit in the 6-on-5 situation, trying to keep it on the outside, but some funny bounces tonight. Wilson had a chance from the slot, probably their best opportunity, and then there was the rebound.
64 seconds left in regulation. Bruins leading 2-1. Officials trying to get
might be a timeout. No?
Capitals lineup out there. I think, but Spencer Carberry might be waiting a few extra seconds before calling his timeout, and that's exactly what he was doing. The referee went over to tell him, get your guys out there, and he makes the indication. So Washington burns its timeout. Both teams will gather around their respective benches as the Capitals try to figure out how to tie this one.
Yeah, that rebound popped way up in the air there. Ovechkin was lurking right on the doorstep, couldn't find it.
Bruins gathered around assistant coach Jay Leach.
Yeah, they've shortened their bench too. The Bruins have. It's gone. It's going with mostly 4 defensemen right now. And over the last 3 or 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Your best guy in the face-off circle has been Elias Lindholm. At least he was through 2 periods.
Yep. He's gone 12 out of 18 tonight. Face-off will be near circle to our left. Lindholm against Strom.
12-6 in the face-off circle. Lindholm is.
Stalemate on this one. Now Strom pulls it free. Pasternak got it, though. Gets it to Geekie. Geekie skates it ahead. Shoots and scores from the Washington blue line into the empty net with 57.1 to go. And the Bruins have a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, big night for this line, right? So Pasternak's third point of the game. Lindholm battles for the face-off, but he doesn't win it clean, but he just can't lose it clean. I think that's when your defensive zone face-off, that's your mindset. And then you wait for you hope your wingers come in and help out, and that's exactly what Pasternak does here. Helps out, gets this puck over to Geekie. Geekie with a lot of composure. Gets well over the red line before he takes this shot. So that should be all three of those guys factoring into this goal.
As you mentioned, Pasternak, 3-point night here on opening night.
Geekie,
a goal
2
and 2
points.
assists.
Lindholm, 2 points.
Yep. Puck played along the near wall to Arvidsson, and into the Washington zone it goes. Under 50 seconds to play. Strom will skate it through neutral. Thompson goes back to the bench. Extra skater comes back on for the Capitals. It'll wrap around near side. Chychrun from the blue line. Shot knocked down with a body by Hampus Lindholm. He clears it up ice with a backhand. It will go wide of the empty net and whistled for icing with 30.3 seconds remaining.
No, he blocks the shot initially. The shot coming from the left point. And then he gets his feet moving to get that puck out of the zone. Yeah, they've gone to McAvoy and Lindholm here over the last 5 minutes. Zadorov peak.
Face off to the right of Jeremy Swayman. Corrali will take it against Strom. Corrali wins it. Puck comes back toward the point, though, and Carlson's shot tipped on its way into the slot, goes up and out of play. 25.5 left. They'll face it off in that same circle. Caps win this one. Carlson to McMichael to Strom. At a one-timer, Zaka right in his face. Forces that puck up and out of play with 19.3 left. They do, in fact, give Pasternak and Lindholm the assists on that goal by Geekie at 19:02. So a goal and an assist each for Lindholm and Geekie. A goal and 2 assists for Pasternak. Puck gets through Carlson, comes out into neutral ice. Chychrun gets chased back into his zone by Minton. Kastelic breaks up a pass along the far side. Final 10 seconds. Protas pass into the middle. Strom to the right circle. Swayman makes another pad stop and got the rebound as well. Bruins will clear the puck into neutral ice, and that will do it here on opening night. Boston comes to Washington and beats the Capitals 3-1. And after the final horn, Asimon and Wilson have some words before the officials step in, and everyone hops off the bench to congratulate Jeremy Swayman on win number 1 of the season. A 3-1 victory here on the road to open it up. We'll be back to recap it next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
We've all seen them. Drivers who are looking at their phones. Is there anything more crazy? It's like they're asking to be in an accident. And why are they even on their phones? To find better car insurance? That's easy. Just pull over and talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you benefit from great coverage and great value. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
The question always comes up, where to take your vehicle for reliable and trustworthy service, whether it's repair or just maintenance. I know just the place. Meineke Car Care is your one-stop shop for total car care. They handle engines, brakes, oil, tires, and yeah, they do mufflers too. Each Meineke is independently owned and operated. That's why I trust them to handle the maintenance of my personal vehicle. Meineke prides itself on providing exceptional customer service. Go to Meineke.com for the location near you and schedule an appointment today. Trust your key with Meineke, doing car care right.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HRV. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com.
There's a pass up the left side. Pasternak's got some lane down the left wing circle in front. Score! Elias Lindholm with a backhander beats Thompson. A power play goal, and the Bruins are up 2-1. Bruins with a 3-1 victory on the road here on opening night. We are joined downstairs by Elias Lindholm, who gets the game winner on the power play. Elias, congratulations on the win out of the gate. How'd you guys feel coming into this one?
No, it felt good. I think obviously the first period, I think we're playing really well 5-on-5. Just take 2-minute penalties, and obviously talked about it in between the periods there, but took 2 more. So obviously that didn't help. But 5-on-5, I think we're a pretty good team.
Elias, we talked a lot about the neutral zone, how you wanted the Capitals to come 200 feet and force them to dump pucks in. How important was that area of your game here today against Washington?
No, it was good. Obviously, sometimes I think we're a lot of us are still kind of new to this, and I think we sat back a little bit too much at the end there. But we'll work on that, and as long as we got 2 points here, we'll figure that out later.
What do you feel like the confidence level in the room is? There's a lot of new faces who weren't here last year, but obviously there's also a lot of you guys who are back after the struggles of last year. Where were your heads at coming into the season?
Yeah, I think obviously we know in there we have a good group, a good team. We have guys that can score, and obviously Sway played unbelievable tonight, and obviously Corpy is really good as well. So I think we're going to be a hard-working team all year long. I think teams are going to be kind of hating play against us and so on, and that's kind of what we like, and that's the kind of way we want to be as well. So I think overall we have a lot of confidence in there. So I think it's a good start for us.
Last quick one for you, Elias. Just your line. Your line's all over the score sheet here today. Just in terms of your chemistry, and I find yourselves. I think you're going to shoot, and ends up being a pass, and just what what you guys have kind of learned by playing with one another here?
Yeah. Obviously, we got the opportunity end of last year and kind of worked right away, and it's been an easy fit for me. Just try to play solid defensively and try to give them puck as much as possible. Do the dirty work and try to give them puck and open up some areas. And once I get the puck, try to put it in the back of the net. So I mean, it's pretty easy to play with those two.
Appreciate the time. Look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow night.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks to Elias Lindholm on the heels of a 3-1 opening night win over the Washington Capitals, and a quick turnaround coming for tomorrow. But
yeah,
it's against a team that's sitting in Boston waiting for you to arrive too.
Well, I just think that when you break down their game, it's certain areas that they can try to improve on and will try to improve on. You're always looking to get better in what you do, but they didn't give up a lot from the slot. They gave up a few, but not a lot. And Wilson's goal was from the slot, and that was a little bit of a breakdown, a little miscommunication. But I thought they forced Washington to not perfectly, but force them to come 200 feet. They line up in that 1-2-2, and you try to funnel them to one side or the other, and you try to close on the puck carrier. You don't want one pass to beat 3 forwards, because then the defense has to back off. So I thought it wasn't perfect, but it was, I thought, a critical area for them here today. And if that's what we're going to watch, we watched some of it in preseason, but like Elias Lindholm just said, they're still trying to kind of nail it down and make sure everybody's on the same page in those areas. But, I mean, how many dump-ins did Washington have in that third period? I mean, I think finally they said, look, we can't be turning the puck over in the neutral zone. Get the puck behind their D and make them go back for it. So then it becomes important for not only Swayman when he has to go back and play, but there was a lot of soft dumps. So it wasn't a lot of wraparounds. There was a lot of soft dumps. And then it's back to the defenseman because Swayman can't play those pucks in the corner. So it's up to the defenseman to go back and make that good first touch, go back, have a read, whether you're using your partner, whether you're using the middle of the ice or going up the wing, whatever it is. And that's going to be important. If you're going to play that style, it's going to be important to make sure that you're going back and playing puck smart when you go back on them. And I thought it was a big part of today. I mean, especially in this third period, we watched it. We watched it time after time after time where the Capitals weren't able to carry the puck, and they were sometimes, But so, like I said, it wasn't perfect, but make them come 200 feet. And I think that was part of the. I'm guessing that was part of the conversation, going into the third period, and even before that, play 5-on-5, as Elias Lindholm just alluded to. Don't take any more penalties, but make them come 200 feet if they're going to beat you.
And we saw the chemistry in that top line that is going to be so important for this team. Those guys have to perform if they're going to win games.
Good goaltending, good special teams. Had a power play goal, nothing against on the power play.
5 for 5 on the PK.
5 for 5 on the PK. Scored 1 for 2 on your power play. You had the good goaltending, and you were a harder team to play against because you were stingy there through the neutral zone. It's just like that. That's kind of their formula. And if they're going to win games 2-1 or 3-2 or 4-2, whatever it is, 2-1 with an empty net or 3-1. You're going to have to win some games like that. We'll probably see Korpisalo tomorrow night, but important to make Connor Bedard come 200 feet if he's going to beat you. You don't want to cut the ice in half and have him freewheeling through the neutral zone. They have to be disciplined in that area. And when I say discipline, it's not taking penalties discipline. They do have to have that as well, but forcing them to come the 200 feet, come through everybody.
So the Bruins win it by the score of 3-1 to open up the season. Time now for our Lexus Amazing Player of the Game. Pasternak's got it back along his near side circle. At the hash marks. Gets it back up top for Zadorov. Now Pasternak out near the blue line. Took a shot and scored! That one found its way through some traffic and into the back of the net, and the Bruins grabbed the 1-0 lead here in the second period. And David Pasternak getting the Bruins on the board in the second. He would assist on their other 2 goals as well, a 3-point night. He is our Lexus Amazing Player of the Game, brought to you by the Lexus TX. Room for whatever your passion is. In fact, up to 7 passionate individuals can ride in perfect comfort in the 3-row Lexus TX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. We'll be back to give you the 3 stars and wrap things up from
Services wants to get you into the game of your choice this fall. Just go to the 98.5 The Sports Hub contest page and enter for your chance to win a $500 gift card to put toward the game of your choice. Rules and restrictions apply, and be sure to schedule your $89 gas heating system check at roadnizer.com today.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
What's that, Nelson? No hot water? Be sure to have your hot water system inspected and flushed yearly to avoid costly replacements. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com.
An itch that changes place every time I try to scratch. A searing hot flash in a place that I wasn't prepared for. Stings like I'm sitting on a cactus.
Are you settling for irritating bladder protection? Ditch the itch with new Tena Sensitive Care. With its 5-in-1 skin comfort formula, keep dry and up to 100% irritation-free. Ditch the itch and switch to Tena.
Hi, I'm offensive lineman Caden Wallace. New England football is all about teamwork. Off the field, it's about community. I'm teaming up with Heading Home to help communities facing homelessness across Massachusetts. Help us end homelessness at headinghomeINC.org.
Hey, it's Felger here. If your home or business is in need of a roof, contact my friends at East Coast Metal Roofing during their Fall Into Savings sales event, where Sports Hub listeners get 10% off a new roof and financing options with no payment and no interest for 1 full year with approved credit. That's a great deal. You will never have to replace your roof again because their roofs have a lifetime transferable warranty, never rust, and can be installed on any style of home. Schedule a free quote by calling 844-611-ECMR. That's 844-611-ECMR, or visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com. East Coast Metal Roofing, your lifetime roofing solution.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Now Michelli, that dies, on a break, Matthew dies, and Montembeau makes the stop, in front, Riley scores!
That was Morgan Riley. That would eventually be the game winner for the Toronto Maple Leafs as they beat the Montreal Canadiens by the score of 5-2. A couple other games, one just underway, a couple minutes in is Calgary taking on Edmonton. And just about to get underway, Vegas is hosting the Los Angeles Kings.
And here tonight in Washington, the Bruins win their season opener 3-1 over the Capitals. And all throughout this season, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors initiatives will be sponsoring our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they donate another $100 to fight food insecurity. With 6 feeds tonight, that's $600 for the Greater Boston Food Bank. You can follow along all season at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck. Well, David Pastrnak got the scoring going at 12:07 of the second period, set up by Nikita Zadorov and Morgan Geekie to make it 1-0. Tom Wilson would tie it for Washington at 7:03 of the third from Jacob Chikrin and Alexei Protas. But it was only tied for 38 seconds when Elias Lindholm scored on a power play goal from Pastrnak and Pavel Zacha at 7:41. And then the empty netter to seal things up, Morgan Geekie with his first of the season from Pastrnak and Elias Lindholm as Boston goes on to win it by the final count of 3-1. Our 3 stars of the night all belong to the Bruins. Elias Lindholm with a goal and an assist gets our number 3 star honors. David Pastrnak in his 3-point night, the number 2 star, and the number 1 star of the night goes to Jeremy Swayman, who was terrific when he needed to be tonight. 34 saves on 35 shots as he starts out with a 1-0 record on the season. Logan Thompson down at the other end faced 21 Bruin shots, and actually he faced 20 Bruin shots, I should say, stopped 18 of them, and there was the one empty netter as well. So Boston 1-0, and now they head home to take on the Chicago Blackhawks tomorrow night, the home opener at TD Garden. Our pregame coverage across the network will get you started at 6:30 with the face-off right after 7 o'clock. Now for our executive producer, Jeremy Conley, our engineer here in the booth, Pat Malley, and for Bob Beers, this is Ryan Johnston. Thanks for joining us, and good night from Washington.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Talfair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over! The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup!
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, TimberTech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Bruins Hockey is a presentation of the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub. Is the media group station.
Protas, pass into the middle. Strome to the right circle. Swayman makes another pad stop and got the rebound as well. Bruins will clear the puck into neutral ice, and that will do it here on opening night. Boston comes to Washington and beats the Capitals 3-1.
Hey now, a Boston Bruins victory. You heard it here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, across the Bruins Radio Network. I'm Joe Murray. We're with you guys for the next half hour or so. You can feel free to react to the game. 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube as well. The Bruins win on opening night. They win Marco Sturm's first game as a head coach. The Bruins looked like a completely different team in so many aspects tonight, whether it was the newest players, whether it was their play style. But in the end, it was their star, their best player, not their captain, but one of their assistant captains, and their all-star, David Pastrnak, who led the way tonight. 3 points, had a goal. His line was absolutely outstanding tonight and led the way for the Bruins in their 3-1 victory over Washington on the road tonight. Now, it wasn't just David Pastrnak who was absolutely outstanding tonight. Jeremy Swayman, awesome in the victory tonight. Did give up the one goal, but overall was absolutely solid in net tonight, stopping a ton of shots. In the end, he had 35 saves on 36 attempts. He was outstanding. So just imagine, Jeremy Swayman's better. David Pastrnak continues to be one of the best players in the National Hockey League. And you had special teams that scored a power play and killed off penalties. You had guys like Hustadinov and other fourth liners running around all night long, skating everywhere, flying. But the defensive structure was different tonight. It was really, really good. And that's probably something Marco Sturm is bringing to the table tonight. So although they were led by their two best players, David Pastrnak and Jeremy Swayman, can they win this way consistently? That's the question. But overall, a huge night for David Pastrnak, who had 3 points, including a goal, 2 assists. His line, I mentioned it. Morgan Geekie had the goal to put them ahead 3-1 tonight. Elias Lindholm, he had the second goal in the second period. It was actually a pretty exciting second period in this one, but it looked a little boring, I would say, in the first period. Not much going on there, just a little bit of back and forth. And then things opened up a bit. And looking at it here, things opened up in the second and the third period. That's when they got the 2 goals, just to be accurate on that one. But Geekie had a couple of breakaways early on. He was due, and he finally got that goal later on. I know Pastrnak did have that hooking penalty, But overall, for the night, he was pretty good. He was awesome. They got their first power play. Kastelik got the penalty there on his end. And from there, the Bruins just controlled everything all night long. You saw Victor Arvidsson out there, Casey Middlestat. You saw everybody out there. Sean Corrali, I know at one point, I remember he had a penalty in this one. But the Bruins overall looked really good tonight. Solid, nothing flashy, nothing crazy. Physicality was there. They were heavy. They were taking shots all night. I saw Mason Lowry out there holding his own. I know that Wilson was everywhere in that one. Bruins strike first. They tied it up, and then they take care of business later on. Nikita Zadorov tonight had an assist. Geeky also credited with an assist on the night. So the Bruins tonight led by their two best players. Can they continue that? But it looked good tonight. Now they come back home against Chicago tomorrow, who's been here for a day or so. But solid night for the Bees. We'll get their first win of the year, and you can certainly react to it at 617-779-0985. When you think about the performance from David Pastrnak tonight, they did not name a captain. And I'm sure that people are going to have an opinion about Pastrnak on, he doesn't want it, or he's just not the guy, maybe all that, whatever. He's their best player. Individually, he might be one of the best players in town. Forget about that. But in that league, when you look at his salary now compared to some of the others that have been going around, it's a steal. And I think last year he knew he had to take on a bigger responsibility, and he did. He was tough. He played defense. They weren't great, but he didn't turtle. And tonight was one of the best players, if not the best player on the ice tonight. And, I wanted to start with him because he needs to be that guy. We know what he is capable of. The expectation is there every night for David Pastrnak, and he brought it. 3 points, a goal, opening night. That is a leader. That is a leader. Now, I don't think he needs a C to do that every night, but I just don't want to discount the fact that he's their best player, and he led by example and leads by example every single night. So, captain, no captain, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. David Pastrnak is the leader of the Boston Bruins. Now, Jeremy Swayman, that was a whole new guy tonight. He talked about it. He said it in third person in the offseason. Talked about how he needed to be a new Jeremy Swayman. He was. He stopped a ton of shots. He was excellent. His demeanor, his play style, the defense in front of him was really good. That's the expectation, right? He gets paid like it. We put out the odds earlier